Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Realnesss with 3 S's. I'm your host here, Chantele Francis. Up top, one of my co-hosts today is Michelle. How you doing today, Michelle?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm okay, not too shabby. And coming down below, we have Fanta. How are you doing?
I'm in between the two of you. I'm not quite great, and I'm not quite okay.
Oh. Anything we can help you with? We're talking about the challenge, Fanta.
No, I mean, like, I'm in between. Like, I'm not, like, great, and I'm not okay. I'm kind of good.
Good. Okay, good's good. I guess good's good. If this is your first time on Realnesss, well, then welcome. We're very happy to have you. Do us a favor. I'm not begging for it, but just subscribe. Just do it. It helps us out, and we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, please. So we are talking today about The Challenge, our favorite show, or one of our favorite shows. Season 36, episode 11. Holy Jesus. Why is it over yet? Love it, but it's okay. It's kind of getting a little bit long. Okay, hold on. Okay, Sam's hey, quick question. When are you reviewing the last week's Bachelor episode? I'm not sure. Hopefully I'm going to be able to do it tomorrow, Sam. I'm sorry. My schedule got all messed up and I couldn't coordinate. So I'm going to try to do it for tomorrow. I'll go live maybe in the afternoon. Hi, Dolores. How are you? I think I followed you back, so we're friends now on Instagram. So cute. And here's Jose. Hi, Jose. No Slim this episode or security breach reveal. Slim.
Elim.
Oh, Elim. Thank you. Oh, Michelle. What would we do without you here? Thank you. Well, should we just start it off with that? No more Lolo ever. No more Lolo ever. I mean, I think she's gorgeous. I think that she had a lot of potential, but it just wasn't a good fit for her. So I'm happy that she's going to be doing what she feels more comfortable with doing, and hopefully she'll be happier. And I just have to say it from now, Nam is free.
Finally.
We might talk about it again later on the episode, but there was like a lightness in his face when his speech to go. He was just like, it was just like, oh, like
that was so funny, especially when he was like, yeah, like in the confessional, like, yeah, I really support her decision to leave. And I was like, dude, you were like busting out of the seams. You are so happy she's leaving.
Oh. Hi, Liz. How are you doing? Oh, no more Lolo. I really, really, really wanted her to do better, and just not react how she did. I had a lot more hope for her than she had for herself. Hi, Natalie. Yes, Nam is free. Freedom. Oh my God. We need shirts.
Nam is great.
Dying. Okay, how are we feeling about Lolo leaving? Good or bad thing? We think it's a good thing. I think it's good for her mental health. It doesn't seem that the environment was good for her, especially, she's used to winning, being in an Olympic environment, having a coach mediate, not having to be conflicted by love interest feelings with partner feelings with someone that speaks a different language firsthand. Like, there's just too many factors I don't think that she was capable of managing on her own. So I think that mental health wise, I think it was the best move for her. I don't think that she wasn't made for it. She wasn't bred.
Not everyone is made for the challenge, and I think that we all had pretty high hopes for Lolo. She's always been really entertaining, but I think she was overdue to leave, I think.
Yeah.
So Jed. Yes, he was giddy. He was on cloud 9, but he was trying to look like he was supportive. It was really funny. And Dolores, you're right here too. The goof needs to go. Yes, this is what this episode title was called, An Inconvenient Goof. What are your overall thoughts of the episode, Michelle?
Yeah, I mean, I was definitely, a little disappointed that we not only didn't get an elimination, but we also didn't get to find out what the security breach was, because we already knew there was going to be security breach from the preview. So we really didn't get any big reveals in this episode. That said, we got a Lolo goodbye, which was fantastic. We got a really great daily competition for lulls and for wins. And, so there were some good moments. I just, overall, yeah, I have predictions of what I think everything that's going to happen. And I'm just waiting to see how it plays out.
Okay, before we ask you, Fanta, Whitney, hello, Whitney. Allegedly, there was more to Lolo. Go on. What do you
Yeah, I'm very curious.
And Whitney also would like you to spill the tea.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. I do want to know what you're talking about. What are your overall thoughts, Fanta?
I feel very similar to Michelle. I absolutely hate a cliffhanger. How many years has it been since we've had a cliffhanger? That is so rude. I thought it was off limits completely. And I guess it's not. I guess they could just give us a cliffhanger at any time now, which is terrifying.
But I think that this is what they're going to do to stretch for another 8 freaking episodes. Okay, we can assume that 2 is going to be the reunion and the like scenes never seen. So we'll say that there's a good 5 more episodes. So 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah. We can assume that, is it going to 19 or 18?
I think 18.
Okay, so we can assume that there's 5 more episodes to go. That will be resolved. The final will be 2. So there's either going to be 2 more episodes or 1, like a long to be continue. Okay, that's not as bad as I thought, but still. Sorry, Fanta, I cut you off.
Yeah, there were like the daily had me cackling. And I was very impressed in some parts, which we'll talk about. But yeah, overall, I was really hoping for some things that didn't happen, but they might. I don't know what this twist is going to be.
Well, we're going to get Michelle's prediction, and I think that she's pretty much on to it. So first, just on top of Whitney's comment, Whitney says, I don't know what the specifics of Lolo's exit were, but the rumor is that it was definitely not what was shown and had to do with mental health. Okay, like that makes sense to me for sure, just from even what they showed on the show. So Lolo was removed by production due to her mental health. So they edit the episode to make it seem like a quit. Oh, so maybe like they just were like, I don't think this is the right environment for you. Well, like, I'm not going to have you kick me off the show. Okay, we'll say that I quit. I can see that.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
She kept being like, I can't have the cameras around. And maybe she just was like, at her wit's end. And they were like, yeah, maybe it was like a discussion they agreed to. But it was definitely an awkward moment. Like the way she left, it was like she obviously already like had her stuff in the car and was just like, here I am. So this was happening, and everyone's just like no one seemed really shocked. It was
yeah. Everyone was just like, okay, bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know she was still competing in the Olympics.
Training.
But
doesn't she have to qualify still though? You know what I mean? So maybe she's just like getting into shape to do whatever prelims are. I mean, an Olympic athlete doesn't ever stop training for the Olympics, I don't think. I don't know.
Well, no, I thought she had retired.
Oh.
Is what I'm saying. Like, in general, I thought she retired from the Olympics. I didn't realize she was still competing.
I think she came back. I think she had stopped and came back.
No idea. I mean, she is probably older than most people in the Olympics at these days, so I can understand her maybe retiring. So Jose says, I honestly could have seen Lolo reach the final, but I couldn't see her win the challenge. Yeah, I
agree. She never would have won the whole thing. She doesn't have the heart in the right way.
Yeah.
She wants to win, but she isn't there to be a fully faceted challenge player in all aspects of the game. She's never going to win this way. As we can see, she couldn't even win a daily. She is putting roadblocks in her own way, creating problems that aren't there.
Yeah, I kind of had to laugh a little bit when she was like, oh, you guys are so lucky. Like, you wouldn't want to see me in the final. And I was like, you haven't won anything, like, ever. What would they be worried about exactly?
And she hasn't, like, I mean, I'm sure she's a supremely amazing athlete, but she hasn't even won a medal yet, has she? At the Olympics.
I don't know.
I don't think she's.
I don't know, but
I
I mean,
don't
like,
think the sport.
Yeah,
it was just like hard. Yeah, it was just, I mean, for all of us, I think it was just like really hard to like watch her constantly compare this to the Olympics. And I do think that is something for her, like in terms of her ego and her pride of like, I'm an Olympic athlete, but like I can't seem to make this work. And that was just like, of course, part of the reason that was driving her crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, it doesn't make you any less of a professional athlete if you are bad at the challenge.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And
it's a very specific skill set.
Yeah.
What's his name? Darrell was really funny, but quite accurate. He's like, there's no comparison between the challenge and the Olympics. It's like comparing peaches to asparagus. It's not the same. But you can eat them both. This was like, I don't understand how she doesn't grasp that it's not the same thing, and not all your skills are going to translate into the challenge. It's a completely different. It's completely. The only thing is the athleticism maybe come in handy, or the don't quit aspect, but.
Yeah, but it's an interesting thing because you can look back at every single challenge and like new challenge, and you can see there's so many people that are like, look at me, like I'm just like so stacked, like I'm gonna crush this, I'm gonna become the, like Theo said for Invasion, I'm gonna become the king of the challenge. And then they just like totally underestimate what they need to do. It's not just like about running fast, and there's a lot of other factors and variables.
So Jose wants to know your predictions. We might as well just get to it. This episode wasn't really that, like, there's not much happened.
There wasn't much happening. Yeah, I mean, well, I think it's pretty obvious. Like, as soon as we saw and I had heard that, like, it seemed like Lolo was going to be leaving, I was like, okay. So we already have a rogue agent in Corey. Now we've got CT winning this elimination, and like, okay, we already know it's going to be a guy's elimination because there's a rogue guy. So I'm like, the only explanation is that they're going to bring a girl back in, because the last time it was a security breach, it was Ashley coming back in. They're not going to bring Ashley back because she's already been brought back. They're not going to bring Natalie. She at the time was pregnant. Liv was still injured. Amber M is a joke. They're not going to bring her back. That only leaves Tori and Teresa. So there's Tori or Teresa who are like strong competitors, who would be people I could see them bringing as an opportunity to come back as a replacement for Lolo. So either like they get to come back and be Nam's partner, or maybe they get to be partners with Corey. Like, who knows? I don't know how it's going to shake up, but I feel like one of the two of them is going to come back. Otherwise, it wouldn't make sense. And I feel like Teresa wouldn't want to come back because, like, just the way things ended. And I feel like Tori's
$1 million. She is definitely playing for her family. So if she's still sequestered and they're like, do you want to go back in and have a second shot at this money? She may say yes.
Teresa?
I feel like the only reason why Teresa would say no is like if her injury is acting up.
Yeah, because she had the injury too. And I just feel like, I mean, it depends. I wish it would be Teresa. Obviously, I wish that. I just feel like also the whole storyline with like Tori got eliminated really early on in the season, and she's got the podcast with Anissa. Why is she so relevant if she doesn't get an opportunity to come back? I don't know. I could be completely wrong. I haven't read any spoilers or anything like that. It just seems like it's going in that direction, that a girl is going to be coming back. And if it is, like, they're not going to bring Amber M back. You know what I mean? They can't bring the other ones back.
And it also would feed into the fact that her and Fessy have been.
Her and Fessy.
So, like,
Gabby.
To Canoodle. And
yeah. Maybe she's broken up with Jordan in this interim or whatever. And it's like, there's just opportunity for more drama, which they need, right? For the rest of the season. So
yeah, because if Devin goes,
oh god. Well, we haven't seen the scene yet when CT yells at Fessy, so that's coming.
All right.
I wonder what that's about. We should speculate about that next. So Dolores thinks that next week will be a double. How do you guys think about that?
I think it'll be an elimination, and it could be. I hope. I love double elims. Let's get it done at this point.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, it's like a weird purge or something where a couple people go home, because I don't know, from how they ended off the episode, it just didn't feel as though Devin and CT were going to be going against each other.
No, it didn't at all. Because in the cut, it seemed like a bunch of people were like competing. Like there was like Josh and Nani, and like they were like in red. I don't know. That could be like next week's daily, but I don't know. Like I got the same feeling too. I was like, I don't think it's gonna be Devin and CT.
Really?
Yeah, I just had this feeling.
It seems like it's stopping that, but I also feel as though like maybe production is going to be like, we don't want Devin to go. We don't want him to go. We want to keep Devin.
For sure.
Breach. Okay, actually,
that's what I was thinking. I totally agree with you because, like, if you don't have an antagonist for Josh, we're going to be snoozing for the rest of the season.
But what if production, this security breach, allows someone to come back in and gives, say, CT the power to choose who he wants to go down against, whatever.
Oh my God, that would be insane.
Or like, I don't know, because, okay, now I wasn't even thinking about that aspect because I assumed he would still go in against Devin. I feel like with this, it looks like the same elimination that the girls did with Cam, where they have to like swing to the different thingies. But it just looks higher up or whatever.
Or
so that would make sense for guys.
He doesn't want to do it because he doesn't think that he'd be good at it. I don't know.
That's my other thought. But like CT cannot lose this chance.
Yeah.
It's the only chance. You think Big T's ever going to be that perfect in the challenge event? She was perfect. She was better than everyone else. She was better than him. Like, there's no way he's going to get this chance again, especially against Devin. As much as it's his friend, it's the challenge. She's got to go against him. For him to make that decision now makes zero sense.
I do think he's going to go down, but I feel like the security breach may change up the dynamics of things where he might not need to go down, or the skulls are going to be offered up in a different way, or
it's women's,
or they make it women's, and then Gabby and CT go against each other, and then they do like a double male or something like that after, because there'll be all these extra guys and they just like plop or something. Yeah. I don't know, but
I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like production's got their little fingers in there and they're going to try to prevent Devin from going home.
Like,
because this is an elimination Devin could win at. Like, I think that CT still would because he's longer and like whatever, but like, and it does take athleticism. We saw Cam do it, right? Like, it does take strength to be able to like swing and whatever. But I don't know. I don't think that it's like a 0% Devin winning. Like, you never know.
I mean, he even said himself, it was kind of funny. That part made me laugh when he was like, I beat Bananas. I beat Wes. Like, now I'm gonna beat CT. But at the same time, I was like, you didn't really beat Wes. I was sort of let you win.
Wes beat himself pretty much, but then, he was there ready to take the win. I'll let him have it, though. He did go against somebody that's pretty strong. What?
Michelle?
Sorry. Okay, I have to shout this out. I just read Dolores' comment, and it just made me think.
Okay.
What if the security breach is that because Lolo quit, her vote doesn't count, and it flips it to the other so that Josh, because Jarrell was the swing vote. But maybe without Lolo. But wait, no, Lolo wouldn't have voted in. Who would have Lolo voted in?
Not who. She would be more Team CT, I think. And Nam. Because isn't Nam buddies with Devin?
Yeah, but Lola doesn't do what Nam wants. Do you think Lolo voted in?
Lolo vote?
Fucking Big Brother.
What if Lolo voted to throw in Devin and then that gets taken away and it gets flipped?
Like he did.
I was trying to take a picture and then it didn't show all the faces. Well,
it didn't show the faces.
It didn't show everything. I feel like she did. Maybe that is the answer to this mystery.
Oh, it says Lolo voted for Josh. Okay, never mind.
Well.
Thanks, guys. I know.
No,
okay, I don't know. I just got shook for a second because I was like, what if like the security breach was that like, oh, this changes the vote? That would be
I would have. Mwah, I would have loved that.
That would have been hilarious. But okay, I still think my other prediction is what I think.
Pretty good. It's pretty good. Okay, back to this episode. I could talk about how the end of this, like, and next week, like, I could talk about it for forever. So let's get through this episode, then we can go back to speculating. We hear, I don't know who was saying it, but it was like, "Welcome to the Gold Skull Club." And I was just like, eye roll all over the place. I love Big Brother, but I am not into Team Big Brother on the challenge. How do you feel, Fanta, about, well, your girl, Amber B, walking in there with her gold skull, but like repping Big Brother?
I like Amber. I've said it before. I find it weird that she's still repping BB because now she's been on the challenge for longer than she was on BB, I feel like. But also I hate when gold skulls are celebrated for doing the bare minimum. Like, that is just not exciting to watch. It just kind of feels cheap. Mm-hmm. And I feel that way about Josh's win. I feel that way about Amber's win. But then everybody else had like a really interesting crater match to watch. So it was like, yeah, like you look at Leroy and it's like, yeah, you earned that shit.
Yes.
Cam, you earned that shit. Yes. Like, but
even
Amber and Josh, I'm like, no.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. It just doesn't seem, it's not very satisfying. It's kind of like, who cares? But okay, you do have a gold skull. Hopefully someone comes and takes it from you. Darrell doesn't have a gold skull, and he's starting to feel the, ooh, I might not get a chance to get this gold skull. Why do you think that they're not doing better? I feel like they're both athletic. I think that Darrell is good enough. Like, it doesn't seem like they're ever at the top of the pack for any of these dailies.
I feel like Darrell, I don't know. It's true what CT was saying in this episode about Darrell, just that like he never really plays forward strategy. Like in the past when he was younger, he got in fights, but that's separate. When it came to actual social strategy, his thing is always to lay back, let people fight with each other as much as possible, unless he's in the fight, and then get himself into the final. And then he wins a lot. He wins almost every time. Like every time he makes a final, he wins, you know? And it's weird this season because every time someone tries to have a conversation with him, he just sort of like plays the middle and is just like, things will work out. But I'm like, dude, like, he's just not playing aggressively, offensively enough to get his skull. The game has changed. He's not just going to get to be in the final like he was in the past. So,
I mean, he still might though, because like he could just wait and win a daily and take Devin if he's still there, skull, and you know.
Yeah, but he has to, like, it's just such a risk, and he's not a risk taker. He likes to.
But he's not going to be on this show without going to the, like, at least trying to get a skull. He has to figure out a way when he gets desperate or when there's a purge. Maybe it was a purge. It's like everybody's up for grabs. Who stays, who goes, gets a skull. Or
I just feel like things are going to get messy because even like if the group vote is someone who doesn't have a skull, if the group votes in Corey or whatever, it's like, couldn't that just fuck everything up? Then it's two people competing against each other who don't have skulls. Whoever wins, but doesn't get a skull still and still has to go in again to then get a skull.
I mean, that's probably how I'd be playing it.
Yeah.
If I was in the house and I wasn't a double agent, I'd be like, let's protect all of our skulls and just vote in someone that doesn't have one.
Mm-hmm.
But the double agent could be pissed though, and could just send somebody in that has a skull and be like, well, defend your skull then. So it is a risky move actually not to at least try and accommodate to the person who's a double agent.
Exactly, because then they could throw you in. It's true.
So why is Amber B so mad that she was blindsided? She got the pick of the season who every girl wanted to have to get their gold skull in a hall brawl where she's at least twice her height, probably twice her weight, and she's not like a big girl. Like she's just like Amber M is tiny. She gets a hall brawl. She gets to just like swat her away like a fly, and she's so upset at Gabby for not warning her. Why do these people need so much warning? Always be fucking ready.
Well, I mean, I guess that's just the name of the game. And like CT said earlier this season, like everybody wants to know if they're going to get thrown in. Like nobody likes to be blindsided, but they like to do the blindsiding. And I just feel like that's a very like Big Brother type of flavor.
It's very hypocritical. Like, own it. The whole thing about the challenge is owning it. That's the whole thing. Like, even people that we don't love or like who are controversial, like Bananas, it's like, you're going to screw people over and then they screw you over. You're going to have to like accept that.
Exactly.
I mean, like, I can understand being mad about it for a moment, but like, you really got the best deal out of it because Gabby's kicking herself for not throwing herself in that situation. And if she did that, you wouldn't have a gold skull, Miss Amber. So be irritated that she didn't tell you in advance, but where's the Big Brother part of this whole strategy to be like, that's okay. Like, I know that like you did what you had to do, like bygones be bygones, and just like, be like, thanks for my gold skull, bitch. You fucked up and I won.
Yeah. Amber needs some work.
Yeah, a little coaching, a little bit of coaching. I love though the conversation, Devin just being very self-deprecating, with Gabby being like, "We are the worst double agents."
Yeah, it was funny that they acknowledged their own idiocy. I appreciated that.
Totally appreciated it, and that's kind of like, so Devin blunders last week, but just even that one conversation endeared me. I'm like, okay, Devin, like, you know that you're shit sometimes. You know that you're annoying. You know that you talk too much. You know that like you get on people's nerves. You know that you say the wrong thing. I like that he's self-aware. And so it doesn't bother me as much when he does it because it's not like he's kind of like Josh doesn't realize what he's doing. Like he's a little bit of a shit and he's okay with it. So I'm kind of okay with it.
He knows he's being that way. Like he's like, unfortunately, I'm really annoying. So like, that's to be me. Here I am again. Like he's giving us so much more entertainment than anybody else. And like, it's what Teresa was saying, like the lack of drama, the lack of ability to stand up. Like people like Laurel, like people, like we need enough of those people. And because of this Big Brother alliance, it's like, oh, we're so strong, but you don't allow anyone the ability to actually like stand up to you, even just for the TV of it. You're on a TV show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like
exactly.
you're on a TV show.
Exactly.
Entertain us. Make us love you.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. That is for the TV of it. And you know, I mean, we complain about Josh so much, but it's not fun to watch somebody whine and complain about honesty and loyalty and friendship and cry for a whole season. It's not fun. Like his personality, everything aside, it's not fun to watch somebody just do the same shit that they've been doing for how many seasons has he been doing this? 3 or 4 seasons? We haven't gotten any other flavor from Josh.
Well, what about the flavor of him flirting with Nani? Is that a thumbs up or thumbs down moment where she's basically like, why are you looking at me like that?
I mean, we got that flavor like with Georgia. I feel like it's crazy though that he did that because I'm like, you guys are friends, are you not? Like, that was wild.
It was so awkward.
It was really awkward, and it was like a classic moment. Like, it was like when they first started becoming friends, like a season or 2 ago. Like he did kind of flirt with her then too, in his weird way, and she was like not into it in that way. But like, she's literally like, okay, Josh, like. It's just that she's so nice and caring and like motherly to her friends and people in her life, it seems, that he just takes it as like that kind of love. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Looks like such a dope.
I mean, he did look like a little kid and like it was kind of puppy lovey kind of, so it was cute-ish, but like poor Nani, she probably was like, oh my God, I better not get drunk around him because he might make a pass. It might get really awkward. Okay, I gotta avoid him now. That's what I'd be thinking. It's probably what she's thinking. She's probably had this happen to her before in her lifetime. So, Josh, stay off the sauce and don't come on to Nani. It's not gonna end well. CT called out Devin's move, Devin and Gabby being like, that was a rookie mistake. And it was a big rookie mistake. And CT kind of was reminding us that he's made a lot of rookie mistakes in his seasons, his early seasons, getting in fights and getting kicked out for whatever reason and not winning and not playing the game and getting all hot-headed. So, they should take some more of CT's advice. He's an old man, but like he does have a lot of experience. And he mentions he was the target of #1 target episode 1, and he's hid behind in the shadows up until now. And so he can teach them something. Man, so many mistakes though. Lists. CT feels that he's locked out of the gold skull. So we've kind of talked about this with Lolo as well. Do you think that he's locked out?
Yeah. I locked out in terms of like no one would vote him in.
Oh, in that way, or did you mean like for the rest of the game?
Well, I mean, like, do you think that it's the house's consensus that they're never going to vote in CT for a deliberation in order to prevent him from maybe getting a skull from somebody?
There's not a single guy who's going to vote in CT except for maybe Nam, because he's nice or whatever. But like, no one. None of those guys and most of the girls, like because of their partners, no one's going to vote in CT at this point. And I think that was their plan for the whole time. After the beginning, they tried to get him out, and then they were like, okay, shit, let's just phase him out. There's less skulls this time. Let's make sure he doesn't get one. His only chance to get one is to win.
Yeah. Or eventually, though, there's probably going to be only people with skulls left. So it might end up happening that he gets to have the opportunity without them wanting it to happen. So
very true.
That's possible too. Josh is also telling Nani that he's confident in defending his skull.
Oh, trollolo.
Okay, that's an interesting assessment here. We see our first little bit of CT and Big T together. What was she strapping onto herself? So she's wearing like all white and like, was it like muscle like flexor thingies to like stimulate your muscles so it's like you're working out? Is that what that was? You blinked? I don't know. He was putting something like under her head, like her headband, and like there's just. I don't know. Somebody help me in the chat. I'll get to you in like an hour, but like, Big T and Gabby. So Gabby was just talking to Big T about the fact that she feels stupid, which she should, for not going down and getting her skull. And then also that there's still drama with her and Amber B. It's just kind of like, why you wouldn't have thought that if you're going to send an Amber B with the layup on the women's side right now, and she's going to most likely come back because she's very physical and she's a lot bigger. You didn't expect her to come back mad because you didn't tell her. Like, I just don't know where the shockedness that this is a reaction here.
Yeah, that was just like a mistake on so many levels. And I watched the after show thing with Devin. Shout out to Devin, we love her. But like the way that I get it that like, why would he give Josh and Nani, his biggest rival, the opportunity for the easiest skull? And I totally agree, like for sure. But like, if you were gonna throw in Jarrell and Amber, knowing that anyone against Amber M is gonna win, why would you not try to preemptively be like, hey, I'm gonna throw you this bone to try to save your own ass for the next week? Like, why would you not at least try to like have some sort of social like deal for a week to week or something? Like, hey, I'm gonna give it to you or whatever. Like, it just
you have power. You use that to set yourself up for the weeks to come, especially if you're not going to go down necessarily. Like, have it so that you made a deal, like you're saying, Michelle, with who you're going to throw down, who's most likely going to come back with their skull. Be like, hey, I scratch your back, you scratch my back. And Amber would get over whatever beef you guys would have if she did know in advance and went down and got her skull. She would have gotten over it. I don't think that she should still really be that mad. I think she should also be playing the game a little bit because she is a rookie and people could still just throw her in, but they're rookies. They don't get
That's the thing. At the end of the day, they're rookies. And, you know, it's so interesting to think back to the start of the season when Natalie was like, okay, I'm a rookie. I'm linking up with Wes. How do you play this game?
Queen. Queen of the world. You're not worthy.
Like, exactly. They've spent how many episodes like not doing that? And then when it's really down to the nitty gritty, it's like, yo, it's too late. You've had this whole opportunity to learn how to play this game. All you had to do was ask.
Well, instead of voting out the people that know how to play.
Yeah, you're voting out all of these vets and OGs that could have helped you. And like, what do I do when I win?
Honestly, nothing makes me more upset when I think about how much opportunity of amazing gameplay and ferocity we could have seen in a season that included Natalie with the likes of Cam, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, to have that other person who is so good, but is not in that big alliance. Like, she does not take anyone's shit. We have seen her time and time again. She's she's everything, and I can't wait for her to be in the next season. You know she's going to come back swinging. No one can beat her. She has the drive of everything. She is just a queen, and it just makes me so sad when I think about like how many opportunities wasted this season without her. Like,
I know, because that's the thing. Like, you know, when we compared her to Jenny as well, and we were like, the thing about Natalie, like, and Jenny, they're both tough as nails, but Natalie is good TV. Yes. She's so entertaining. She will not back down, and that would cause so much conflict.
She's great for drama, and she doesn't need to hook up with anyone to have drama. She creates drama with her own self. Like, she gives me like kind of like OG Coral vibes, but like even more polished and strong. You know what I mean?
I had something to tell you. I forgot that I was told this. So with that new channel that I'm going to be speaking on, the producer, the main producer guy, told me that we will be able to interview Jay himself. So I don't know when or what it's for, because like, he does a lot of Survivor stuff. So I don't know if it's going to be through Survivor or if we're doing any preseason stuff when the OG season comes or whatnot. But in this network that I will be part of, Jay will be a person that we have maybe, you know, 1 degree, like just a phone call away to be able to have as an interview. So we may get, yes. And if he's into the Survivor people, like we have a whole list. I'm gonna have to go through the list and see if Natalie's on it, but maybe Natalie might be somebody that we could get to talk to.
We would all just cry. We would just cry tears.
We would just like this.
So just to put that out there, that because he asked me, he's like, oh, do you think that Jay would be a good person to bring on the show? I was like, yeah.
I'm sorry. What?
Well, he doesn't really know the challenge that well. So he knows him as Survivor, and he knows that he's been on the challenge. So I was like, yes. I was trying to like not to sound too excited, like that I'm like not cool, but I was like, yeah, it's amazing. That'll be great. So that's what I'm going to work on, and we'll see how the OG season starts or whatnot, like how it's going to intertwine. But I want you ladies to be there with me when it happens. So I'm going to try to do that. All right.
Black.
So back to Lolo. Also, a little bit worried that she's going to be shut out from getting a gold skull. And I wrote down twice. So win a fucking daily.
You also yelled that out too during the episode.
I did. Because like you can't be complaining that people are shutting you out. People are getting in there to win the daily, to give themselves that opportunity. And you are a physical specimen. You are excellent in, you know, being able to manipulate your body in ways that millions of people cannot. You have an excellent partner that you just need to figure out how to work with and win the freaking daily. No one's shutting you out. No one, I mean, maybe they are, but maybe they'd rather not go against you. So don't give them that option. Go in there and get your fucking gold skull. Make it happen for yourself. Don't have people be like, oh, you're not giving me a gold skull. So I mean, I'm trying to make fun of her if it's a mental health thing. So that's on what I know. I don't know anything for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And that's the thing that I'm not going to miss that at all, of just her literally blaming everybody and every possible thing. I know she kind of sort of blamed herself a little bit in that speech. Like she did take a little bit.
She still says my own allies wouldn't do this.
And then
I was working with the Big Brother Alliance. What do you mean? No, you weren't. You're just she was just not aware of what was really happening in the game.
No, not at all.
They were using her as an extra number, and she thought that meant she was part of their alliance, I guess.
Oh, and that she's been on Big Brother. Hi, Nicole. So Nicole says, I need Lolo not to come back to these challenges. She's not built for this mentally. Maybe American Ninja Warrior would be better for her. I agree, American Ninja Warrior. It just seems more in a skill set that could be practiced and learned and executed well. I think that is more how she operates, is like, I work hard, get results. And effort is not necessarily the means to excellence in the challenge. There's a lot of different ways, and as we talked about a couple of times, it does test many different things. American Ninja Warrior, you're like, okay, well, I can practice pull-ups, and I can practice like jumping from thing to thing. I don't know. I've never watched it, so I don't really know what happens. But like,
boring.
People like it, apparently. I did love this, Adrian, at the end of the episode. What have you done for me lately? Ooh, yeah. I did like that. Natalie says Ryan how do you say his last name?
Lochte.
Lochte and Lolo aren't friends anymore. Okay. I wonder what happened. I mean, she's probably expects a lot from her friends and doesn't realize that it might be a one-sided relationship.
Also, that could be anything, because Ryan Lochte's a fucking idiot.
What did he do recently that was really bad?
For like the Olympics in Brazil, him and his friends, or his like teammates, a couple of his teammates, like went out one night and they got like shit-faced wasted, and they lied about them getting robbed or something like that. I can't quite remember, but it was something that was like very egregious, and he should have gotten into more trouble than he did, but he just got away with it because he's just like a pretty boy.
Jeez. Yikes. Ooh, Jose says I can convert it was
horrible. So I wouldn't really, who knows, anything could have happened there, but
well, in this case, I mean, it just seems weird that they just chose to show it in a different way.
Well, maybe because she's an Olympic athlete, like maybe she does have it in her contract that she can't be removed for certain things, or defamation of character type stuff. So what he says, I also heard that there was a small chance it might have been a Turbo situation. So I can't remember what happened with Turbo. He just like got too mad, like flipped out.
Yeah,
like he like threatened Jordan, didn't he?
I do remember him yelling.
So it's possible that Lolo did something off camera. Could have been true.
Didn't share it.
What?
Or even on camera, they didn't share it, because that could make sense as to why people weren't really reacting.
Yeah, they seem like, she's leaving. You know what I mean? Yeah, there might have been altercations that were not shown with producers as well. Like she might have treated, it could have been a whole thing.
What? Did I do that? Liz says she competes in bobsled, not running. Yeah. I thought she was hurdles or something. No, I didn't know it was bobsled.
She's done two. She's done both. That's the thing. She's done some.
Yes, right. Thank you for the. She still competes in the still part. So she doesn't still do the Summer Olympics. She does the Winter Olympics for the bobsled. Got it. Thank you, Liz. Oh my God. Nicole says, also MTV, wrong Janet Jackson song. Control was the more logical choice. Yes. I like that. I like old school Janet songs are where it's at. I used to like do dance routines to them, and I really liked them. I had all the tapes, and like within the tapes, you fold it out, it would have all the lyrics, and I'd be like, "What have you done for me lately?" Like, and I'd be ooh, yeah. And Control is a good song too. I like that. So Lolo did just qualify for the bobsled team. She retired from track, but then transitioned to bobsledding. All right, all you with the tea. You guys are so good. Lolo retired from some Olympics, but not Winter Olympics. Okay, gotcha. Oh, Lolo has not, hold on, go here, won an Olympic medal. No, thank you, Liz, for clearing that up. I had a feeling, though. No, Lolo has not won a medal in the Summer Olympics. She was 7th in 2008 and 4th in 2012. I mean, still excellent. I don't think I could get close to that. She won a gold medal in the mixed team event at the 2013 World Championships. Great. Good. Nicole says Lolo could have learned from Big CT. Look at what motivation does for a person. Big T killed it. Yes, she did. So yeah, like before we get to the daily, I guess Kai will say that people don't see her point in being here. Like she doesn't seem to get the challenge, doesn't seem to understand. And this is probably them telling the story that she's going to be leaving. But the house is recognizing that she's not made for this. Darrell has his confessional and all that stuff. And everybody kind of seems to be talking about Lolo. So maybe there was an incident of some sort that was being reviewed by production as to whether or not she'd be a good person to continue on in the competition. Because if everybody's talking about it, something must have happened, I would say.
Yeah.
Seems like it. So the daily, TJ looked like a kid on Christmas Day when he was introducing this daily. It was called Mission Airlift. And obviously the next elimination is going to determine Corey's partner. What do you guys think about this challenge? Do either of you want to explain what the heck it was?
It was essentially like a helicopter that TJ was flying. And you're in the water on a platform and there's 2 ropes. You each got to grab a rope, dangle on it for a while. And then you got to drop yourself into the water as close to the other platform as possible so that you can swim up and buzz the buzzer. I really like this challenge because it's really like a variety of people can win it, which I like. And it's a different skill with swimming than running. Like some people are just really good swimmers, and it's usually people who have a lot of swimming experience because as someone who's, I think, a really bad swimmer personally, I just think that it takes so much more breath out of you to swim. Like it's just so like, you know what I mean? Unless you're like a really good swimmer. So I feel like it really separates people in that way.
Yes, and there's a lot of these like tough guys that act like they're like, I'm so amazing, I'm like big tough brawn, kind of like a Nelson. It's kind of where I'm going here. And was he on this season?
Yeah.
Nelson? I forgot. Betsy. I forgot. I just was like, you forgot. But like he acts like, oh, like I'm so tough, like you can't touch me, like young bucks, blah blah blah. But like then he can't swim. I appreciate the people like Leroy who couldn't swim when he started his journey on the challenge, and now he can freaking swim, and he starts off this elimination. So Casey and Leroy are first. They're setting the tone, setting the pace. I was worried that because swimming has been an issue in the past with Leroy, that it was going to maybe hold him back a little bit. It didn't seem to at all. Both of them held on easily. Seems like they dropped perfectly. Seemed they swam perfectly, got up on the platform and rang that bell. Like I thought that they had a really good time. It's what it looked like.
Yeah, he's not like the speediest, but compared to how he used to like not even be able to stay afloat, and now he's like he was doing it on his own. I feel like if it was a longer swim, he would have been able to have the stamina. He's been working out like a fiend. I feel confident in his abilities in a final at this point.
Yes, me too.
Same.
Me too. He definitely he's worked at it. He deserves to be in a final. He deserves to win the final. Like I'm definitely, I feel that it's his time. I hope that it is, especially knowing that it's his last season. So, well, that's so he says. So he says, who said, oh, Leroy says he wants people to add challenge champion to his name. It does have a nice ring to it. Like I would want to be a champion too. For sure. Next up is Darrell and Amber B. She was able to grab the rope. They get over to the side, they swim, and Darrell just like, he wasn't letting her hold him back at all. Just like drags her to
that was hilarious. Oh God.
Get over here. Like, don't mess up my time. Are you kidding me? Gavin and Debbie is what they're calling Devin and Gabby, which I thought was really funny. Gavin and Debbie. I don't want them to win. Ooh. Oh, nobody wants Gavin and Debbie to win, of course. I didn't really think that there were someone to be scared of. Have we seen whether or not Gabby can swim, or I haven't really seen her perform.
Even before they performed, they were both like, oh, like that didn't enlist very much confidence.
Not at all. Not at all. Cam and Kyle.
Kyle did super well.
They did really well. And I'm really impressed by their partnership. Because it seemed like she didn't want to be with him in the very beginning. And remember when she was telling him, like, as my partner, you're not going to act like this with other people, whatever. And like she was kind of laying down the lay of the land. And it seems now, though, that they're the killers. And he was saying, like, I can't swim that well. And like, no, we're sharks. Like she seems to enjoy working with them. Like, what do you think has changed? Do you think it's because of the fact that she thinks that Leroy can beat him, but then he's also a good partner? Like, what do you think has changed within their relationship? Because they seem to like to work together.
I don't know. From my opinion, I just feel like Cam is pretty good at, like, I don't know. I feel it makes sense for her to go all the way with Kyle at this point. He is all in with her because he thinks and knows he has the best chance to win if he's with her. So it's in his best interest to keep her. And even if they might not be on the same size, really, he's not screwing her over at this point. Meaning he's not screwing Leroy over either. If you have Leroy and Casey and Cam and Kyle as two teams in the final, that's two huge opportunities for them as a couple to win all that money. So it's like, why wouldn't you? And Kyle performs really consistently well. He's done more than one final at this point. I think he's at least done two. And he, he has better endurance than Fessy. So from what we've seen. So tell me why Fessy's a better partner than Kyle. I'll wait.
Yeah, you'll be waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not a thing. I loved Leroy, though, checking out Cam, being like, over there looking fit, and like and still into his girl. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously she's gorgeous. It's very attractive when your partner does well and looks good doing it. Like, I did like seeing the moments in relationship that it's just kind of like these subtle little things where you know that he really likes her still. And so I like seeing him really supporting her and like cheerleading her. It was cute. It was hot. Yeah, and Kyle and Cam did really well. Like, they were quite a strong team as well. I didn't expect them not to be, but they did a little bit better than I thought they would.
Yeah, I agree. They did do, or Kyle did a little bit better than I thought he would.
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't remember how well Cam can swim well, but with the life jacket on, like, it's not really that hard.
He's pretty good. Like, I haven't seen her be bad at it. Although I don't know how much of swimming I've seen her do, but
I haven't really seen her.
Well, pretty much every time.
Okay, so Fanta, this one's for you. How did you feel about Josh and Nani's performance in the daily?
I just had a feeling it was going to go that way. I was like, there's no way in hell this goof is going to gracefully jump onto a rope and hold on until they get to that platform. There is no way. But even still, him like knocking Nani and like trying to go for her rope, that whole mess, I was like, this has like exceeded my expectations.
I could not watch. I was cringing so hard because yes, he tells her so loud, wait for the right moment. He misses his, you see him see it, and then make the choice to go for Nani's. He thought he was gonna get on hers and then climb over to his.
No,
he was gonna go off and live happily ever after.
No,
Oh my god, it
in the
was
same
so
rope.
they're
embarrassing.
on the same rope as her. They're like, oh, like my rope's gone. Like we need to both get on this rope, and like it's not a thing. And after, like he's saying, like I don't even know how he knocked her into just like
Because he's so clumsy. Oh! He's just not aware of his body at all, and it's just like such a mess. And you're like, you could not have screwed this up anymore.
I just don't understand why Nani wants to be partnered with him in a season when it's like her 10th season. She wants to win so bad. She knows. She says in the episode at one point, oh, everyone sees Josh and Devin as like the bottom, and I'm going to protect Josh. But why are you trying to protect this person when you weren't even happy having Kyle as a partner? Like
it's
I
like
get that you have trust, but he's
like
never-
it's like that big brother loyalty, like sickness has gotten into her veins. And she's just like, yeah, loyalty. And she's like all brainwashed. And it's like, no, Nani, you've been playing this game for way too long to be doing this. However, I do feel that there is part of her that's like looking at Kyle and maybe going like, shit.
Well, it's like Kyle's like with the best partner, and they both have skulls, and he's with the numbers enough that he's not really in danger of going in. There's people ahead of him that will go in before him.
Exactly. And I think that, yeah, I get they have a friendship, and I'm sure outside of the house, like Josh would take a bullet for Nani. But if I were Nani, I'd be like, I love you, Josh, but I'm going to pick someone else.
yeah.
Like
so in that daily, though, I think it was Nani that said it's my fault. What happened?
No. She said, I'm sorry. And then he's like, no, it's my fault.
Okay. Yeah.
So she was saying sorry for like falling off, but like really it was obviously his fault. Like,
I really find that she just really treats Josh with kid gloves. Like she does not give him shit for anything. Like
no.
She like he is her little brother.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
like, he was like, see, other people can mess up too. Like, you know, she was like, I'm so fucking mad. Like everyone's just treating him bad. Like I think she sees that he gets made fun of so much.
Yeah.
You know?
And I mean, I think that was like Devin going in on Josh. And just ripping on him for that. Like I was watching that and I was like, okay, part of this is funny. And then I was like, part of it's not funny. And then part of me, I was like, I just wish Josh wouldn't let this get under his skin so much, because that's why Devin continues to do it.
Yes, it worked.
So basic. And then Nani is obviously getting so upset because Josh is getting so upset. And I'm like, just ignore it. Like there's so many people, as we have seen, and we'll talk about the funniest ones, that fell off the rope.
Yes.
There's no way it's going to be like flawless all the way throughout. So just like relax, dude.
And Devin with his trolling, like, as long as we don't go for the same rope, it's a victory. It's a victory. And she's like, are you done? Are you done here? Gabby, I like that Gabby's not afraid to tell him to kind of shut up a little bit. There was a moment, we'll talk about their conversation a little bit later, but it felt like they were kind of in a relationship, and I wonder if he has a little bit of like slight feelings for her a little bit, because she's quite pretty and she's quite likable, and so I'm wondering if that might be coloring Devin's thoughts around their partnership a little bit. Okay. Is Corey as jealous of everybody that gets to do this competition as he actually is? Like he's like, oh man, I'm so jealous, man. I'm jealous. Man. Oh, like
Corey is just like desperate to make himself relevant this season.
He couldn't be less relevant this season.
Really?
I forget about him. He doesn't have a skull. He's been a rogue agent multiple times. He's had 17 partners. No one cares.
Yeah.
messing around with anybody.
He's not. He's boring. He's not that good of a challenger. And it is really interesting when you see a season like this and you're like, holy shit, look at like Big T crushing some of these challenges. Look at Kyle crushing some of these challenges. Like, Corey, what have you done for me lately? Ooh. But yeah, it's just kind of like, why why bring him back? Like, he's not.
This I could see him not having any. It's not that interesting anymore. Maybe they're like, oh yes, he lost his sparkle.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is for you, Jose. Can we talk about Anissa's fall during the daily? Yes, we can. All I wrote down is, OMG, Anissa.
I love how she was self-aware enough to say that she was like a turd falling into the water.
She this is the difference though. She does something embarrassing and she's like, yeah, well, and she just laughs at herself and she moves on and she makes it not as big of a deal. So even though people make fun of her, she's been bullied and made fun of in so many seasons, like in the past, if you watch, like she just doesn't let it faze her because she holds her own power, which it's just so admirable. And I wish that and I wish that Josh would like take a page from that because she made her fall like no big deal, even though it was embarrassing AF. Like,
it was like the most embarrassing one.
She's just like, I'm not even gonna hold on at all. Like I'm not gonna hold any string.
With the fact that she's with like Bessie, who we don't like him, but like he's judging everything that she does. Like she could have a little bit of a better performance there, so he doesn't have to be like, I don't want her as my partner. Like I just still want him to get to say that. I want her to prove, not to him, but just be good so he can just shut up and not be so down on her as a partner, you know? Mm-hmm. She just had to fall in there like that. So what do you think about Lolo and Nam? So Lolo is commenting like some of these agents, like they just drink beer. Like, and then I'm wondering, why is she doing the backstroke? Like they were able to both like grab onto the rope, and then she's like doing like a back butterfly with a life jacket on. I'm like, that's not fast.
And then she's freaking out about her fucking shoe being off. Meanwhile, Mom's like, my back's broken. Cool.
Yeah. Sorry,
maybe Ryan Lochte and her stopped being friends because Ryan saw this and was like, that's not how you swim.
Yeah, you don't swim well enough to be in my gang. So Natalie says that Nam does get injured. So is that injury from there, or it was not the second person? So wait, who gets injured, rumored? Casey, we see.
Casey, Liz, we already saw. Nicole, we already saw. Kyle gets injured.
And I guess Nam, he's been complaining about a couple things.
Yeah, but he's complaining about his back for 2 weeks now.
Okay, so Whitney's coming back to your thoughts here. They could bring back Amber. They brought back physical flops before. Devin, Cheyenne, and Rivals 3.
Yeah, not in this case, though, because, you know, Devin was drama even right out of the gate. And that's like I don't know. I just think in this situation, I would be shocked and appalled if they brought back Amber M. I don't think they're going to do it. But hey, I will eat my words. Like, totally.
They won't bring back. I don't think they'll bring back Amber M. She's just not interesting enough. You want Teresa's injured Dolores? Or wasn't? Is that a wasn't? A wasn't typo. I'm not sure.
It probably wasn't.
Rumor was it the production didn't like Amber M because she was too sassy, so they wouldn't bring her back. Really? How do you be too sassy? Like, I guess
like too sassy to production or too sassy to, it must be
production, not for
you don't have production.
Whoa, maybe Devin won't go in against CT and it will be Gabby versus Big T. Oh my god, we're gonna come to that soon and think about that when we do more speculation.
I don't think so.
Is it the one with the cages, Fanta? Because that looks like a daily to me. When you're talking about,
yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, that could be a daily.
Whitney thinks that the elimination Devin could do well at, and he could. I just don't know if they're going to do it. It just seems weird. Okay, so Dolores says, so with Lolo quitting, what if this is what you were looking at, Michelle?
Yeah.
The elimination, her vote count, would that change the outcome? No, as we figured out. CT versus Josh elimination. I would pick CT. I would too. Okay, so the security breach is ineligible vote, so she quit. So her vote doesn't count. My guess, but it doesn't matter.
No, this was all before. This was all
No, I'm just
message that I saw.
Get it out loud. Okay, so we see the dead ringer elimination before the episode ended, and from what I saw in the super trailer, it looks like CT is competing in that elimination.
Oh.
The dead ringer, the swinging one?
Yeah, I think so.
Lolo voted for Josh, correct. Michelle, Lolo voted for Josh / Nani. Okay, guys, you're correct. Whoa, Pumpkin Spice has something. Hold on. Gee, Pumpkin Spice Pimpin' says, Devin is so hot he can get it, winky face. I like that.
Everyone has their own taste, you know?
I like Devin. Like, he's like a troublemaker, but like I like that he's self-aware and like he's funny enough, like, and that means he's smart, you know? I did like how, I don't know when he talked about it, but he was saying like, oh no, we'll get to it. I'll say it then. Okay, what's this? Liz says, and Josh is all, I'm so great, I got my skull early. LOL, dude, you got the 5th one. Josh, you're gonna have to defend it, babe. Sorry. Hi, Terrence. So this might be easier said than done, but though, if Big T can win 2 daily challenges and beat out Lolo, who's an Olympian, then why is it so hard for her to win? So when she quit, I didn't feel sorry for her. 100%. Lolo, she just doesn't know how to translate her skills into the challenge. It just doesn't work. Her blaming her boot dragging her. How does your boot dragging her? Like if your boots are on, it would be more difficult than if your boots are off. So I didn't understand her logic there. Liz says Amber B is going to Camp School of Hypocrisy. Oh my God, I said that out loud. People are going to come for me. Oh dear.
Yeah, I don't want to be on your boat.
Amber B is face, and I think that we can all see it now. Yeah. Okay, so Devin and Gabby do their daily, and I just pulled a Josh. And everybody came when they came out of the water or out of the whatever, like from not being able to do the daily because Devin misses the rope and Gabby's up on the rope by herself and they all applauding and are like, good job, Devin. He can at least take the heat.
Well, yeah, like he takes it because he gives it.
Yeah, exactly. There's no way he could have been like butthurt. But even Josh was like butthurt back on the beach, and he was like, "Whoa, took all that shit for nothing." I was like, Josh, make fun of him then. Go in on him.
Yeah, you're like, sorry, bud, you suck.
Yeah. If you got, you're like, what just happened? Can you just?
Like, I like that Devin can take it, so that's why he's just better than Josh in all ways. Okay. I love the beginning of CT and Big T doing this daily because he's like, whatever happens, I'm proud of you. Like, just seem like, just do your best. Like, it's whatever happens, I'm good. Bye, Fanta. Hi. Are you okay? Did you say something wrong? And it was just so kind, and I just appreciated it so much. And I'm like, is this something I said?
No, it just disconnected for some weird reason. That was the scariest moment of my life. Continue.
No problem. I'm just still like reveling in the fact that Big T and Big CT was so sweet to Big T. And then I was like, yay, Big T, she gets on that rope and she's just up there sitting pretty and smiling and like just looking comfy. And they dropped seemingly in a very great spot. And you see Big T swimming ahead of CT. She gets to the platform before CT gets there and is pretty much up on the platform, and they go and they hit that damn bell super fast.
Yeah, I thought that was amazing. And it just blew me away because I was like, I thought for sure it was going to be like Cam and Kyle that were going to win that daily.
Yeah, well, it's either was like Cam and Kyle, and like when Cam and Kyle were done, Leroy was like, "Don't take that win from me," and like Cam's like, "No, I won't take the win from you." But they felt as well that Cam and Kyle were probably the front runners there, and it seemed like nobody could contest Big T and CT in that daily, and it felt so great. I was gonna cry, she was gonna cry, he was gonna cry, like. it was a really good moment to see her excel and surprise everybody that wasn't even her partner CT that didn't know how capable she was. And she said that like she didn't want to tell him that she was going to be good just in case she wasn't able to do really well. So she kept it a secret. But it was no secret to TJ because he was like, it wasn't even close. This was a runaway that Big T and CT won that daily. They weren't even going to pretend like people were anywhere close. And
now we know that like she can climb if need be, and she's a really fast swimmer. That for future stuff is really like a big deal. Yeah, okay, she doesn't have the weight and maybe some of that for those aspects, but if she can get really good at puzzles or other things too, like she could be a real contender for like challenges.
And she's small, which is kind of good for like, remember like the challenge where CT had to hold her up. So she's light and she's like agile. And so she was saying that one of the reasons why she was so good at this particular challenge, because she takes pole dancing, which is a lot of upper body strength. It's like you have to pull yourself up a pole, like, and lay sideways on it and slide around. Like I've tried it once and I couldn't move for like a good week. It was very challenging. So if she does that on a regular basis, she definitely has core upper body for sure. Like she's fit. And then she was on the swim team, sweet pea. Oh, swim team. Go Big T. Very happy about that. And so I was definitely really pleased with how that daily went. We weren't really expecting them to win another one. And so, yeah, it was great. So coming back into the house, CT is now starting, now he has some power, seeing if he can get the goof in. The title of this episode is called An Inconvenient Goof.
Give me the goof.
Is this the first time we're hearing him saying goof? Is this a new thing? Is it going to be his name moving forward? Because they did get a title screen that said something about goof. Yeah, is this a new thing?
I feel like Devin called him a goof.
Well, CT called him a goof as well in a previous episode.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Because like he wants the goof. Who's the goof? Was it Anissa said that she didn't know who the goof was? What? Who's Anissa on this season? Who's she working with? Who's she working with?
Essentially, Big Brother people for now.
Okay. So I'm just I guess so with Fessy being her partner. That makes sense. Speaking of the goof, Liz says John's not fun. He has issues, and it's not fun to watch it play out on TV. Like, honestly, the only part that I liked about him this episode was when he was flirting with Nani, and it was really awkward, and she was shutting him down. Wait, what flavor? What did we talk? What did I say? That flavor was god awful, Chantele? What did I say?
That was when we were talking about how Josh just always has the same flavor. And then you were like, it's he gave us a different flavor, which was flirting with Nani.
Oh, okay. We're still here. I liked it in the sense that it was entertaining. It made me smile and cringe, as opposed to cringe and be annoyed and not want to watch him on the screen. So it was a different flavor. I like that flavor better than I like the regular flavor of Josh. So flirty Josh is better. Oh my God. And he has these weird expressions with his lips that were creepy. Well, he's trying to get her to kiss him. Like, that's what she was witnessing. And she's like, no, thank you. Josh said he was so supposed to be on Vendettas with Jessica Graff, but she was pregnant.
I did hear that.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't think I would mind seeing Jessica on here.
Yeah, Jessica would be entertaining for the challenge. She would definitely pop off on people.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like she's physical enough to get by. This is for you, Michelle. Preach, Michelle. Preach. We've been saved. Oh, I can't wait to see Coral because she's on the OG season, correct? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, hey, Liz has some tea here. So as announced today, OGs will be CBS All Access on Paramount Plus. When, though? Do we have a date yet?
I don't think they dropped the date yet.
Hi, Chris. You all excited for the challenge All-Star aka OGs? Yes.
Yeah, whatever it's going to be, I'm excited. TJ's there. It's going to feel like hilarious no matter what. And yeah, I feel like the stakes are going to be low in terms of like actually winning. I feel like if anything, it'll be like for the hilarity of it all.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, yeah.
And yes, Natalie, BB Can is starting next Wednesday. We'll most likely be doing on Reality Realness a giraffe pick episode on Monday. I'm not sure who I'm going to rope into being part of it, but we'll definitely start coverage starting next Monday on BB Canada. So yes, we are excited. If you haven't seen yet, today the cast list was dropped, and I'm very pleasantly surprised that they did do a great job with casting diversity. There's a wide range of people. Nobody's very cookie cutter and stereotypical. And I'm interested in seeing how they interact and navigate this game. So I'm impressed so far. And then it always becomes a dumpster fire, and I'm like, oh, so much promise. I had better gains for them in my head than they actually execute. But we're still hopeful. Okay, so Adrian, wait, did you guys forget to talk about CT Big T practicing with the pillows? Okay, that's what I was talking about, that scene. But didn't he
I must have missed it.
Anyways, Adrian, do you have anything else to say about it? Like, I thought it was super cute where I didn't see the pillow part, but I saw him like strapping stuff on her, and I thought it was stuff that makes the muscles flex. That's what I thought. Okay. I was obsessed, though, with Big T and CT coming out of the bedroom all dressed for the Fanta segment, going to the club because they were in their double agents outfit. I like that they play with, they're on TV, as you said, Michelle, and they are playing into that. I loved it. And Fanta, this is your segment. What went down at the Ice Dome?
I love the coordinated outfits. I loved Big T's wig. And it made me think of, I was like, I feel like all the gals that play the challenge should have like a wig room so we can see what they're working with each season. I loved how everyone got super drunk this time. I don't know what the occasion was really, but that was very entertaining.
He seemed really drunk.
He was slurring.
I was like, wait, well, hold on. You're quite drunk right now. I haven't seen him that drunk in a while. And I was like, what's wrong with him? I'm like, oh, he's drunk.
Yeah.
I love, though, that they were also saying that, you know, they're the fun. They want people to be fun. They're going to be the CTs of fun police, and they're going to make sure that everybody's having a good time. They want people to get drunk. So that might be why people were a little more tipsy, is because they wanted people to have fun. Love that. Anything? Oh, at the club, Leroy and Nani were talking. How'd you guys think about that little conversation? Michelle.
I mean, it was just sort of like, yeah, I always have your back. Right? I don't really remember.
Yeah, it was, but it was kind of like her being worried about Josh. And I'm just like wondering why she's sticking her neck out so.
Yeah, she's like, she's concerned that like he needs to be ready no matter what to defend it. And I think she's concerned about like, if it's a week where they don't know for sure if it's guy or girl and she wants to throw herself in and he's like resisting that, it's like they just have to be ready at this point to just go in. It's the challenge. Like, just do it.
Exactly. And she wants her skull. She's going to have to be like, sorry, like, you're going to have to take the risk that it's a girl's day, not a guy's day, so I can get a skull. It has to happen. We've seen it now with Devin and Gabby, that you know, opportunity because the guy with the skull is scared that he's going to lose the skull over, you know, it being a guy's day. So yeah, I agree. But I just kind of was like, I just want Nani to not be protecting Josh so much and be looking more out for how she can get his skull. You know?
I agree. Like, her game has just faded into the backdrop this season. I mean, it's never like super strong, but it's been a real snoozer to watch Nani.
A little bit of snooze, yes. Back to the daily. So Liz says, I enjoyed this daily, and TJ wasn't piloting. I know, I think Michelle said driving the helicopter, but I don't think she meant actually, like, you know.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't actually let him do that. He was just ride.
Definitely was enjoying the ride for sure. And yes, Terrence, I do laugh at Kyle's confessionals. He's entertaining. I'm sorry if you don't like Kyle. I'm sorry if you don't like his hair. Like, I'm sorry if you think that he's annoying, but he's interesting and he has a pretty good grasp on what's going on in the game. He does. Oh, yes, Leroy did amazing. So true. Look at your friends here. Hi, Aaron. Woo! How you doing? Yeah, no, I like he's definitely, honestly, Kyle's really funny. He'll be invited back always because he causes drama. He's pretty good and he has good confessionals. Okay, the way that Big T just stored the daily and the way that she consistently improves her physical abilities between seasons and episodes make me feel such pride. Absolutely. I like people that get better and look to do better instead of someone like Lolo who doesn't seem to want to try to figure out how to be better at the challenge. That's where the difference is. Big T is becoming like a staple.
What a great people to have, like, finally, you know?
Whitney says, Joe in the pole dancing classes and being captain of the swim team made me love her even more. Exactly. Oh, sorry, Whitney, Joe, just kidding. Yes, we did. Got it. Liz says, Corey needs to start putting some respect on Kyle's name. They are a strong team overall. It isn't just Cam. That's true. I was kind of like, oh, no, it was Fessy that said that Cam was.
Like, well, Cam did well. It's like Kyle did just as well.
You needed two people to do that.
Exactly. They both had to be decent to get there. She didn't pull him. Like, she wasn't bad. So he was able to be however he was. But yeah, like give him a little bit of respect, please. Poor Nani got flung off the boat. I know, it was so embarrassing. They kept it in. They're so mean. Josh doesn't know it yet, but the Goof is a nickname that will stick. Yeah.
It's gonna. It really will.
Nicole, when I tell you I almost dropped a lung with that Josh move, I know how I'm still here. I don't know how I'm still here, honestly. That's really funny. Josh is so embarrassing. Also, Josh being shocked that they didn't get another chance and they were DQ'd. I know. So, like, he's like, okay, can we go again? And they're like, it's a DQ.
They didn't make a mistake. You missed the rope. That's the point of it.
Yeah, exactly. Liz, Nicole, no, you don't get another chance. Josh, is his name Joshua? Like, I don't even picture him as Joshua at all. Trying to catch up. Oh, okay. Louis is really against us here. So Devin is a despicable bully. What do we think about this? Hi, Louis. Despicable bully.
I mean, like, he definitely, like, was kicking Josh when he's already down, but also, like, he's doing it and he's acknowledging that he's annoying by doing it. You know, it's like, and then he's embarrassing himself as well and being like, fuck, I'm the same bad. Like, oops, you know, like it's there's a lightheartedness about it. What I don't think is great is when it was like, then everyone's just like fully laughing at him and Devin's yelling. Like, it's not a great feeling to have for sure. So I do feel bad for him in that respect a little bit.
Yeah, when it gets to group stuff, but I don't think that Devin is ringleading people into chastising Josh. You know what I mean? He's just like the one person that's like barking out like stupid, inane comments that shouldn't really affect Josh, but they do. So he keeps on doing it. I don't really think of him as a bully. I think of him as like an annoying younger brother nag that gets under people's skin.
Yeah, you can escape Devin. All you have to do is just turn the volume down and walk away.
And either you're laughing or you just tune it out. That's what I do. It's a Latin thing with Nani and Josh. It's kind of protective, loyal, Latins unite, LOL. Yeah, I mean, I could see that for sure. That's kind of how they got to become friends in the first season. They've talked about they're culturally similar. So I get it. Corey would be pooping himself if he had to do this challenge, Dad. And Liz doesn't think Corey will come back. No. I don't think so really either. Because like he has a family now. I mean,
Hello,
he's money.
Are you kidding? They make the call, he'll be there.
Yeah, if they get the call.
Just whether they'll make the call, but if they make the call.
Natalie says they keep bringing back Corey because he's the face of MTV. Is this facetiousness? That's what he's saying.
Well, because he's also on Teen Mom, right?
It's true. Cheyenne and Cutie Ryder is on there, not him.
Yeah. I could see them not picking him for the next season just because, like, while he's in a monogamous relationship, he's less entertaining on the show. And if he's not, like, he was given opportunities with some really great partners this season. He had Tori, he had Natalie for a hot sec. You know what I mean? He's had Ashley. It's like he's never been able to make it work. It's like
I think
impressive at some point.
Yeah, I think they'll probably do some. I mean, MTV like Challenge is good about listening to the fans, and I think that they need to do some restructuring and really reevaluate a lot of those people.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question. This is still about the club, Fanta. So there is a moment where Devin is talking with Amber B, and Gabby is getting really, really upset. And so this plays again a little bit later in the episode as well. I didn't see anything wrong with what was going on here at all.
No. And so yeah, they started talking and then there was a hug and then Amber was like, I really don't want any bad blood. And we cut to Devin's confessional and he says, you know, it's really important. Like, we didn't win today's challenge. Like, these are the Big Brother people. I got to start kissing ass. Like, I don't want to end up trying to defend my skull. That's good gameplay. That's how you do that. I also found it hypocritical that Gabby was starting to get mad because I was like, weren't you making out with Fessy last week?
Exactly.
So
I just think she was drunk and was like, you know, unfairly annoyed that he was doing that, showing attention to someone on the other side that she's having this drama with. After he caused a lot of drama for her, but she also didn't help herself. And I think she was just drunk in the moment and saying that shit. I don't think it was like really valid for her to say that shit.
No, I don't think it was valid at all. And I was just kind of like they're still living in the house together. Like, just because you're partners doesn't mean that he has to be like, I'm not talking to her because you're mad at each other. Like, that seems a little silly. And she did say something though that I think is true. I don't know if she said it to him or to somebody else, but that he's only in it for himself. And I do think that is true. I think the reason why he convinced her to not go down to try to get her skull, because he was more so worried about having to go against Corey if it ended up being a guy's elimination. So he's definitely self-serving. And that's maybe what she's seeing when he's doing this. Like, like he's just going there to like make sure that his self is all set up and like he doesn't care about me. So she's probably just annoyed that she allowed him to convince him to do a bad move for her own game and then see him go and like butter up the person that she just made even further enemies with. And she doesn't have her gold skull. So I think she's just irritated.
For sure. I agree with that 100%.
Self-serving Devin. But that's kind of how you play the game if you're not going to be steering it, you know?
Yeah, you gotta be kissing butt.
So I think it was a Big T though said that like he's probably trying to get numbers, which is true. He was trying to get numbers as well. And then we get the part of CT drunk talking to Darrell about being an OG and all that stuff. So I'm wondering, like, I know it comes up with the vote and the deliberation, but we'd heard rumors that they had like a pregame alliance talk. So do you guys want to enlighten me here as to like what happened, or is that did not exist, or is it still on the DL, or?
Oh yeah.
That's what I thought, and I thought they were like playing it cool the whole season because they didn't want people to know that like two big OGs were playing with each other. But after this episode, it was like, oh yeah, for sure that's not a thing.
Yeah, no, because I also heard, I thought it was an interview with CT or it was something.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Where he was just like, you know, we purposely like that they were purposely trying to stay away from each other to get the target off, but that they were secretly working together the whole time. But why wouldn't they let us, the viewers, in on that? Because that would be so interesting for us, like kind of like the Banana West thing, you know? Like it would be interesting for us to be like, ooh, these OGs are pretending and they're staying under the surface, but really like they're helping each other out. And like Jarrell, even if he was going to still vote in Devin or whatever, he would have talked to CT at some point to let him know, like, hey, we're still giving you someone who has a skull that you can steal and someone that's easy for you to beat. But if I throw in Josh, then the Big Brother people are going to fuck me over. Like, this is what I have to do. And at least like give that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I don't think they actually were really working together. I'm a little confused about that whole.
Yeah, me too. Or like maybe they were, and then this is the time where Darrell decided to take care of his own game as opposed to for the same reasons that you just kind of stated. Mm-hmm. After the club, Gabby is pissed at Devin and they're talking, whatever. I didn't get her point. We kind of figured out what it was, but I like Gabby, but like this conversation wasn't it for me. You should see what was going on a little bit more. Like try to figure out how you're going to get your skull. Like don't allow Devin to influence you in ways that self-serve him, and we're good. You know, I think she's just more so mad that she allowed him to make a bad decision for her, and she went along with it. That's right. Okay, so Fanta, true or false? Is Josh scared to go against CT?
True.
He's not scared of going against CT. You say he is.
Yeah, I mean, like that's Josh's thing. Like, you know, when he was talking to them, like, I'm prepared, like I'm not afraid to go down. And it was funny because Leroy was like, yeah, but you don't want to. Like the point is that, like, you know, it was kind of interesting how like Leroy responded to that, but of course he is. Like, it's Josh.
And can we also sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna jump in with like, as a side note too, does it not make perfect sense that Leroy and Fessy and Casey and Kyle and all them like have every reason to protect Josh because obviously they want him in that final.
Absolutely.
It's a guaranteed person you're going to beat. And if there's any prize money we don't know for sure, maybe not, but like, you know what I mean? Like if there's someone that's got to be last, make it Josh. Like it makes zero sense for these people to go against him anyway. So he's like, oh, I have these friends. And it's like, yeah, you're in this alliance. But if you were as strong as CT, you wouldn't be in this position.
No.
Because you're not good, that is why that they are protecting you and saving you because they need that person for them all to be.
Yes, to like make their chances of getting a better placement a for sure thing. It also seems like Fessy is trying to pin, Devin against CT, and like it seems as though he's taking credit for this being his move. Whose move is this? Fantastic.
This is a move. What I think this is just a counter to CT wanting Josh. I think it's a Big Brother decision to throw in someone with a skull who isn't in their alliance, because what I realize is like if they throw in someone without a skull, then CT can just throw in any of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like why would he want to compete if there's no skull up for grabs? So it really they have to throw in someone with a skull to save their own asses. And Devin's the only other option other than, he's the only other option.
Yeah, because they wouldn't put Kyle in there. They wouldn't put Kyle and Cam in there.
No, because they can't risk it. They can't risk it being female, whatever. So I think it wasn't really a move, just more so like, okay, well, it makes sense to throw in Devin because he's friends with CT and Josh is with us. So let's just do that, whatever. Like CT will probably still win, but
At least they're taking out someone annoying that's against everyone.
But it's not some like mastermind plan going into action. Like, what
like,
about that's impressive?
Yeah, it's like he's like at tribal council and at the final one, and he's like trying to prove his challenge resume.
Yeah,
it's like, dude, you're not doing anything.
goose egg. I was loving the conversation though between Devin, Kyle, and CT, and they're talking about like all they need to do is take out Josh, and then they have control in the numbers in this game. And I was like, oh, they're having this conversation. Okay, it's not going to go this way. There's no way with the editing. They wouldn't keep this in if this is the way that it was going to be going. So it was definitely, I was assuming it was going to be a misdirect. We get to deliberation, and Devin, he had a good plea. I was like impressed. Basically telling the group that I will always be there to take his skull instead of like swapping him out for CT. It doesn't make them have a better chance of getting a skull. So I liked how he phrased it. He said it in a way that was appealing, insofar as Josh even commented on it being a good pitch. What you guys both nodding? You guys both thought it was pretty good?
Oh, for sure. I was like, damn, like he is a word wizard. And everybody knew it too. And I think there were people who were nervous about that. And it was also funny at the end of his speech when he was like, or toward the end when he's like, yeah, like we're not field agents. Like, right, Anissa? We're not field agents.
I mean, you were in the van.
The thing is, like, this is also where we separate the different types of gameplay, because you've got these Big Brother people who, to them, it's insane to go to a deliberation and change your mind. You don't do that.
Yeah.
You don't do that. You have your plan. Doesn't matter what people say. It's all for TV. Doesn't matter what people say when there's two people on the block. Here's my speech. It doesn't change people's minds if you're playing with the Big Brother, like classic group, big mentality strategy. So, but with Survivor, you change things in the deliberation, in the tribal, things can change. And I just feel like Devin's speech was so good, but I knew it wasn't going to make a difference, because no one at that point, they're never going to change their minds because they're Big Brother players, tried and true. Whereas the challenge, I feel like the challenge players are a mixed bag.
Yeah,
there's people who stick to their guns, and there's people who just make crazy decisions. And we love the mix because it creates tension and drama. So that's what we're missing.
Whoa, okay, hold on. Some of these comments are hilarious. Okay, so also, should Josh have tried to go in later so he didn't have to defend his skull? He was always going to be viewed as an easy target who got thrown in regardless. I mean, he's also would be one I can see being really worried that they're going to shut him out of us getting a skull. He just needs to go in and take that skull whenever he gets a chance. I don't think that he has the luxury of picking and choosing when he gets to go in. And so... yeah, he's always going to be defending his skull. I don't think that he'd be shut out because, as you've already pointed, he's kind of a layup in the finals, so people want him there. So Natalie says, Josh also said they asked him to be on X on the beach.
No.
Who's the X? Georgia?
Could you imagine?
I can't, like...
Do they bring people on as an X on the beach if they had one weird kiss?
Yeah. And then Josh would be like, yeah, I want to see if I can like rekindle things. And Georgia would be like, what? No.
We weren't a, what? I don't remember that.
Oh my God, that's the funniest thing.
I'm so pissed that I have the visual of Josh coming out of water and like trying to look all sexy.
Ew, and then they'd make him do something goofy. Like they'd hit him with like
he'd trip and just...
he'd do something goofy for sure. I mean, I think so. Adrian said, I really hope that this episode confirms that Big T is a competitor and is made for the challenge. I already said this. Like, I do think she's made for the challenge. This is what I like to see in my challenge competitors, somebody that's just a normal person that is becoming very capable of these challenge activities. That's why I didn't care for Jenny, like these Hulk women, like, great, you're super fit and you're great at these, you're great, ooh, wow. But I like the regular person that gets to be amazing. So I agree with you, Adrian, 100. And yes, Taryn, imagine if DM was still around today. I know I would love to see her evolution with the challenge. Like that would have been really interesting to see how she would have fared with everybody. She was so loved. Well, loved, and some people didn't prefer her at some points in the seasons, but I really loved DM, and I love DM and CT, obviously. I stand corrected. She has always been a competitor. Okay. What do you guys think? Are you guys loving CT's game like Charles is?
I mean,
I think he's playing the best game he can play at this point. After his beginning errors, I feel that he's been playing the best course that he can play at this point. Now it's just seeing what happens with this elim and if he makes the right decision or not or whatever, and moving forward, like, I think he's in a good place. Is it the most exciting? No. But do we get to feel endeared that he's actually a good partner? Yeah.
And Adrian also brings up, like, he legit got DM vibes from Big T. And if you look back at the Super Show, we see Big T knocking into CT with a pillow like he's training for her for Hall Brawl. Remember when CT was teaching DM and the duel? Yeah. So sweet. So that was like his early 20s. So cute. Anissa with Cam, Leroy Crowd, has relationships with the Corey and BB group. Yeah, I guess I'm just like, I'm living for her confessionals, obviously. But I guess because I don't find the Big Brother crew interesting at all. Like, I don't see the dynamic. I don't see them talking or interacting. So I'm just like, what's Anissa doing? Usually she has a little bit more of a plot line, you know? But at least she's got her confessionals. Love Big CT's daily win. Strut into the igloo. Leather and aviator shades, baby. Yes, Nicole, I was feeling it. I thought Coral got cut from the OG season. Michelle.
I thought she chose. I don't know. I thought she chose not to be part of it. But I don't think she was ever going to be part of the OG season.
Oh, Courtney isn't even on this OG season. I wish, though. I mean, it was just like wishful thinking. No date. Okay. Yes, Big T's wig had inches. It was, yeah, she looked great. I loved it. Michelle, that scene was so cute. How could you have missed that?
It was because I missed the first few minutes of the episode because I was trying to use a certain link. The link was still playing Ridiculousness. I know you all understand my frustration with that. Ridiculousness plays. We're just looking for this one challenge. So then I had to hop on and watch with Chantele and Fanta, and I missed the beginning. And you know I'm going to go back after and watch it. So.
Perfect. I'm going to probably go back and watch it. Yeah, I wasn't. Maybe I was like linking it all up, and I wasn't fully paying attention as well. CT and Big T's entering the club will live rent-free for the rest of my life. Yes, I want that in my head. Blaine's here. Hi, Blaine. Y'all see the announcement of the OG season and return of Road Rules.
Oh my God.
Heard of Road Rules. I loved Road Rules.
I heard there was there's the reunion of Real World, and maybe they're bringing the old Road Rules back onto the Paramount Plus. Or maybe they're just bringing actually back Road Rules. I mean, right now would be a weird time to do that during COVID, but who knows?
Well, they don't really care about COVID in a lot of places in the United States. Like, no, I'm not even like trying to be funny because like I just see people traveling and like vacationing and just doing things like they've always done it. And I've literally been in my house for the last year. Like, not that I'm scared of anything, but like there's nothing open and like I hate forgetting my mask.
Yeah.
I don't think Coral's gonna be on the OG season. I saw her on a podcast a few years ago and she seemed like she was done. I hope she changed her mind. Love me some Coral. I do. Oh, I also heard that I might be another person was The Miz. He asked me if The Miz would be somebody that I'd want to talk to. I was like, yeah. Yeah. It's like, okay, sorry. I know you know all the tea, Blaine. I think I know the cast and I've seen it, but I've always just probably wanted Coral to be there and I just misspoke. Boo. Hi, Carolyn. I'm starting to see the sexual chemistry between Big T and CT. I did say that. And Josh is so in love with Nani. I think because Nani just gives him kindness and she's beautiful. And I think he's mistaking that for maybe romantic things. It's a little puppy love, but I don't think that it's actually something. Imagine they started dating. Dead. Gabby punching Devon's on the sidelines for not being able to shut up, then being the only one of the pair to stay on the rope. Someone called Alicia Keys because Devon's got some karma. Jesus. Yeah. I mean, Devon.
It actually made me feel better about it because I was like, well, at least he also embarrassed himself. So now it makes the like pushing Josh's buttons a little bit less sad because it's like, he also made a similar error. Not as embarrassing, but similar error. He didn't try to then take the other rope.
So Sam says that she thought at first that about Big T and CT, but not anymore. I get more brother and sister vibes. The holding hands occasionally is cute though. I don't know though. When like the fact that she did so well in that challenge is pretty sexy. And so I wouldn't be surprised if he looked at her in a different way now because he likes seeing his woman be a fierce competitor. There's something about that he likes. And so I wouldn't be surprised that might have opened up that door. You know, the flirtation door is already open, but maybe a little bit more because that's what he looks. He looks for people that can fight and do really well. So I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't know. I can't see it, but
I like them together.
Write a fanfic.
Okay. Fan fiction. Okay, so within the deliberation, basically they just say that Darrell is the swing vote, and Darrell in the confessional saying that he doesn't really want the pressure, and I really didn't think he was going to go against CT, but we very soon learned that we were wrong, or I was wrong. Devin and Gabby were the compromised agents. But they didn't show us all the agents. They just showed like the first like row, and I'm like, they were looking for who Darrell basically voted for. And so I wanted to see everybody though, but they didn't let me. So I thought it was funny though that CT said to Big T, so like, who do you think I should pick for a new partner after I go down from the... And I was wondering if he was saying that just to see how she would react, just to like...
Yeah, I feel a little bit icky about this whole situation because I have, based on what we've seen in previews, it seems that there is a chance that he does, in fact, win an elimination, whether it's this time or whatever, and picks a different partner. Now he did, and he says, oh, I broke a promise or something like that to her. And he said he was going to stay with her. But like, if he was considering it, picking someone else, why would he like hammer it home so much to her that he's going to stay with her? Like, even after they won the elimination, he's like, oh, you're so amazing. Of course I'm going to stay with you. And then he's like making these jokes about it. Like, isn't that going to make it so much harder if he ends up like doing that to her? I don't know.
I'm just wondering if with the security breach, if something changes and it's not the exact same scenario that he made these promises around. So
that's fair.
Maybe it's a double elimination or something, and he gets to choose, or they both get to choose. Like, I don't know. It just might be a different scenario that he didn't say pinky swear about. That's what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so too. But yeah, he's definitely going to switch partners. And I think that he's just banking on the fact of like, I'm CT. No one can stay mad at me.
And also it's just like, she's had a glow up regardless. And like, we've always loved Big T. She's never done anything wrong in our eyes. Like, she's amazing. And this just shown more colors of her ability to be a competitor. And we know she's on the younger side. So she's going to be invited back for multiple seasons. And it's exciting to have a new face who's like a new constant that we can be like excited about, who's going to be smart, genuine, bring some lulls, you know, and maybe eventually win.
Maybe.
But I don't know. It's going to be drama, man. Like, she's going to be upset if and when that happens.
Okay, Fanta, how do you feel about Josh replying to Lisa and Corey about the fact that, you know, people didn't vote him into the crater?
I still have a headache from that.
Really? You weren't endeared?
Why they didn't vote him into the crater to like this episode? Yeah, like I don't. I don't understand what the point is. Like, I don't get him, and I don't know if it's like, are you just doing that like for camera time? Like, do you really mean that? Like, why would you be upset that you don't have to go down to defend your skull?
No, he was crying out of joy. It was a joyful cry.
Oh, sorry.
It was like, he's like, I can't believe that people like, and remember, because Anissa's like, you have friends here. You have friends here.
Yes.
Like, yes. Like Corey's like, yeah, you got people that are rooting for you. We want you here. And he's crying because he's touched.
Yes. Okay. Yes. I remember hearing, I think I missed like his crying part, but I remember hearing Anissa saying like, yes, you have friends here. But it just goes back to what Michelle said earlier. And it's like, it's not necessarily that people are looking out for you. It's that they want to compete against you in a final.
Yeah.
Just his missed the plot.
Missed it completely. And then we didn't know that this was going to be completely the end of the episode, but we see the Lolo scene where she said that she's leaving. No one's giving her a shot. No one's allowing her to compete. She's just going to go and train for the Olympics instead. Nam supports her decision with like not to smile too big. And I think she said, you'll finally get a new partner. And he's probably like,
yeah, just like,
he's like,
yes.
Oh no. He would take anyone. He would take Amber M back compared to Lolo, honestly.
Or I mean, it'd be a good pick for her for if Corey comes back in, or Tori comes back in. Do you think she'll go with Nam, or do you think she would go with Corey?
Tori?
I mean, her smartest thing to do would be to go with Nam.
100%. I don't think she's smart in that regard. I think she'd go with Tori. Because I think she would say, "Oh, I already have a working relationship with him," and she probably thinks, not knowing that like there's more of a connection in the house still with him and with Fessy and stuff. But like, if you're coming in this late and you get invited back, which is such a privilege if that does happen, for her to be able to like her or Teresa, whoever, to come back after like that long of being away, go for the win and just take Nam. Like.
Yeah.
Because Nam is like so strong and so nice and like.
And Tori is a good partner. Like she's communicative and she would want to see him do well, and she wouldn't just be yelling at him and being kind of, you know, I think that they would have a better partnership. So I hope for Nam that he gets an opportunity to have a partner that works better with him. And so he can excel more, because they didn't do badly at things. They just didn't do very great at things. They didn't excel to a high standard. That's pretty much it, except for Michelle, what do you think about Nam's kind of stumbling over I love yous to Lolo?
It was a weird moment. Yeah, I don't think he loves her in that way.
No.
I really don't think so.
No.
I think he was just like, I just want to get through this as fast as possible and move on to my next chapter.
Yes.
They were probably like, and I think like the way that he was like laughing and stumbling, I feel like it was like also the producers that were like, but do you love her? Like, what kind of like message do you have to like say to her or whatever? And he was just like, oh God. And just, I mean, he's a nice guy. Like, he's not going to say anything mean.
Yeah, no, not at all. So we get down to the crater, and did they even put the other people? Oh, Gabby and Devin did go down to the crater in front of TJ. And then there's a security breach. And Aylin, hi Aylin, thanks for hanging out with us, asked, what was the security breach? We don't know. So we've been speculating. So Michelle's thinking that they're going to bring Tori back into the game. Now, was that called a security breach when Natalie left? It was?
No, it was a security breach when Ashley was brought back in.
Brought back in. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yes, your theory that someone coming back in, that checks out if that's a symbol for that.
But it could be something else.
Yeah, like I could be MTV saving Devin. Like,
That's where I'm gonna put my money on there.
because whether you hate him or not, he's more entertaining than Josh. And if you're gonna have Josh get messy and annoying, you need to have Devin there just to at least call it out. Liz says she doesn't think that they'll call Corey back. Maybe. Any thoughts on the season's theme? Next season's theme? Oh my gosh.
Triple agents.
You know, I can't think of anything. I can't think of anything like past an agent theme. Stuck.
Yeah.
Unless they go somewhere hot.
Wait, come on, Michelle. Let's apply. What are you applying for?
I don't know. But I'm in, as long as it doesn't require any physical activity.
Hi, Dan. You're watching from the UK at 4 a.m. I guess it is. Oh my God, at 11. That was an hour ago, probably. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out with us. We love people from the UK. And we love people that watch the challenge. I can see Josh going home in a purge. I can see Josh going home almost in every scenario. Now, Michelle, you know full well that Josh does not get the reasons he's being kept in the game. Oh, gosh. Yeah, no, he doesn't. Why not throw someone in without a skull to prevent CT from being able to take one? I'm wondering if that is not a thing.
I also, Whitney, was thinking that exact thing, and during the episode was shouting this to Chantele through this thing. I was like, why? Like, they could just do that. But I think that it's a situation where if they're going to throw someone in without a skull and the winner of the challenge doesn't have one and there's no more skulls left, then CT has no reason to throw himself in. And then he has every reason to put one of you guys in that threw in, say they threw in Nom. Because I was like, why don't they just throw in Nom? But it's like, okay, then he's going to put Leroy or Fessy or a big competitor against it, because why not? I'm not going to get a skull out of it anyway. Why would I go in? You screwed me over, I'm screwing you over. So I think it's like they had to make sure someone had a skull in there.
Yeah.
To protect them from being a potential pick. Exactly. Right? It would gas CT out for nothing. Glad no one figured that out, though. But yeah, the loophole is that he also gets the choice of who he wants to go in. He doesn't have to go down, especially if there's no skull. There's no reason to. I'm kind of hoping we get to see Darrell versus Fessy in elimination, or Kyle versus Fessy, someone to take Fessy out. Don't kill me. That'd be too fun.
I would love a Darrell Fessy elimination. I would love one.
With a Darrell.
Yeah.
With Darrell winning, obviously. I would love a CT Fessy one, like somebody to just like really kick Fessy's ass.
Yes. It wouldn't even be better if it ended up being Josh. Oh, Terry says that belly laugh with the hands on the hips that Josh did made me think of those old man laughs. I didn't see that laugh. Did you guys notice it?
No.
I didn't notice it, Terrence. I'm sorry.
Like Josh does have that, like he does that often, or a little bit.
So who did have Lolo on the team? Was it you, Fanta? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, pull out your drafts. What's going on? Like, I don't even know where I'm. Oh wait, no, I got points. The daily.
Yeah, you got. I think I have Big T, don't I?
Yeah, you do, Michelle. So you got points.
So me and you get points.
Was there any fights? Not really. Can we count points for Lolo's meltdown? Nani, Devin, Josh fight? Nani, Devin, Josh fight? Okay, maybe a little.
It wasn't really a fight, though. It was more just like a
combo, and they were like distanced.
Yeah.
Yeah, as much as I would love to scoop up all of the points for that, I don't really think that counts as a fight.
So yeah, I agree with you, Nicole, here. Devin and Nisa in the van. Yes, Devin. When's that challenge coming up? I really need a tech van challenge. The Spy Games 101. I think that was the drone. Like that was the van challenge, and he did win it.
That's true.
The not being field agent story was told on the official podcast, and Nisa and Devin call each other Max because that is the guy in the van in Mission Impossible, while Tom Cruise is the field agent. Amazing. I like that little tidbit. You cut it right out. You cut it right out now. Hilarious. Uh-oh. What did you? Oh, God, no. God, Fanta, no. Uh-oh. What'd you say?
Oh, I think that had to do with me describing Josh coming out of the water trying to be sexy.
Wait. I wish Theo was on the OGs. Theo from the UK?
No, Theo Vaughn.
Oh,
Remember
I thought it was on.
from
Okay, sorry.
Theo Vaughn back in the day. He's a comic now.
He's what?
He's like a comedian now.
Oh. So new Road Rules on Paramount Plus and a new season of Real World with OG cast from New York. Whoa.
I heard about the new Real World with OG cast from New York, but not about the new Road Rules.
Eric Nye's OG, like he's like 45 probably.
They're doing like another reunion thing, but they're actually staying together or something like that.
Love it though. I'll watch it. Wait, and it's on Paramount. I hope I get Paramount Plus. Jose says I have a strong feeling that Gabby will be Corey's new partner, and well, we know what happens to any of partner Corey has. They either get pregnant or they go home. Darrell, why? Yeah, I know. I really wish that he didn't choose Team Big Brother here. I can't stand cliffhangers. Neither. We're not here for it at all. It's not our thing. Nothing happened in the episode. Give us an ending, please. Or give us at least like the computer image of the person's face that's going to be coming back. And we got to figure out like, who is it? Is it like something, you know, like, yeah, that's what I want. If you're going to do that.
I was so shocked. I was like, we've been on like a few seasons streak without cliffhangers.
Yes.
How dare they?
They're going to cliffhanger us till the end of the season.
I think so.
Yeah.
No.
I'm going to start writing my letter to MTV right now.
Let's get scripting. We should like write it together. MTV.
Yeah.
Big T's an actual agent disarming us with her cute little accent, then coming in hot with the undercover skills weeks later, not to mention looks for days. We see you, Big T. We do see you, Big T. I'm here for you. Save the drama for your mama. Big T reminds me of Jen Gribhalva, short in stature but strong competitors with a lot of heart. Who's that Jen?
Is that Jen, like short Jen?
I think so.
From Big Brother?
No. Like from the challenge, who was in like a bunch of seasons.
Yeah, that's her. I didn't know that was her last name.
I didn't know that was her last name either.
Yeah, that's her.
I'm thinking of a different Jen.
Let me see.
And she had a lot of heart. She made it to the final of Fresh Meat 2 with Pete.
Oh, that's who I'm picturing. Okay, I'm picturing the right person. I just didn't realize that it was from here, not Big Brother.
Yes, that's who I'm thinking of. Yeah,
that's who I was picturing as well. She has a Big Brother look to me. I fast forward past Josh's tears. I guess I have a cold black heart. Dead. Chantele, there's nothing endearing about Josh. Yes, it was cute when he was puppy loving with Nani. I'm sorry. Josh was touched. Honey, the only thing Josh has been touched by is George's lips and his mother's chancla. What is a chancla? Vagina? I don't know what chancla is. Chancla?
I would assume.
Vagins?
Yes, I assume.
Okay. Oh no, that's how we all feel about Josh. I know, it's bad. Okay. It must be vagins. So we're all going to hell with gasoline drawers. No, I'm not. Oh, sweet Nom. I agree with Fanta. The producers were clearly prompting him. It was 17 kinds of cringy. I want to know Lolo's reaction.
I've had enough Lolo to last me like that.
Oh, shit. So next episode, Tinker Tailor Bunny Spy. So that seems to me like CT, because he's the bunny. He must do something. He must.
He's the bunny?
Yeah, remember he's bunny.
Yeah.
He's a crow or a hawk.
Tinker Tailor? What's that?
The bunny spy. That's worrisome. Thank you, Blaine. Okay, also recommended future witch for a future challenge live stream. Get Drew. I saw, Adrian, that you tagged us together. He has messaged me before saying that he wouldn't mind doing a collab. We just never talked about it again. Yes, I do know him, and I did see when you tagged us together. So I'll see if I can make that happen. I definitely like his content and his nice, quick little segments. And he does a lot of like lists and stuff like that as well. But he's great challenge recapper, analysis, and reality TV correspondent. Yes, I agree. I do watch his stuff. Sam says I might be crazy, but I swear Michelle picked CT first for the draft. No, it was me. It was me. And Dick.
I let her go first, and then she took CT from my grasp. I had him there. She stole him away.
I mean, the first episode was very scary for me.
Yeah.
Like, all my people were just like the targets. I was like, what? What? Francis draft points mostly consist of Josh fighting with everyone. Hundo and Michelle's is Devin's, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fighting people.
Like Josh has 25 points alone. Some people have 0.
Do you have like all the points, or do you just do your own?
I just do my own.
I've written out all the things, and I still have to just calculate them through. So I'm just gonna do that after.
Yeah, just at the very, very end.
I'm lazy.
I want to know what my number's at, because I've been lazy this whole season. I usually keep track and like update it on the description box. I just haven't. I'm sorry. Hi, Paris. Just joined. Happy to be here. Good evening, ladies. Y'all look gorgeous as usual. Thank you, Paris. You're looking super cute in your.
Oh my gosh! Wow. Thank you.
Have access and you have Paramount, they just changing the name. Yeah, I saw about the name change, I think, on Twitter. Paramount Plus is the new name for CBS All Access as of March 4th, so next Thursday. Okay. Honestly, who do we want back, Tori or Teresa? Teresa,
obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously. We're just worried about her injury and that she was already having like such a miserable time. Maybe she wouldn't want to come back. That said, this is also the theory that if someone's even coming back, honestly.
Someone's coming back. Well, if you look closely at the super trailer preseason, we kind of see Corey being cuffed to Gabby in the cage sort of daily that's next week. So maybe at the beginning, Corey does CT beats Devin. So Devin goes home. His partner's up for grab. Gabby goes with Corey because would he leave Big T as a rogue agent?
It would leave Big T as a rogue agent if they invite someone new. So either there isn't someone new and the security breach is something else, and say he picks someone else. No, because then the person he picks would have to be then with CT or with Gabby. I don't know. I'm confusing myself, guys. Honestly, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Gabby missed her shot at getting that gold skull.
Yeah. Amanda?
What?
Did I miss
Wait, Pickles?
Yeah, pardon?
Do we think she'll be back for another season? Or Gabby? Yeah.
You think so?
I do.
Yeah. I think she made enough of an impression and stirred up some enough drama.
And she has, look how Big T has progressed. She can glow up, as you're saying about Big T. Chantele is a slipper in Spanish. Oh, thank you. I've taken many years of Spanish, but not in 15 years. So yes, thank you. No hablo español. Solamente un poquito. Estudio en universidad, pero entre 12 millones. I can't remember. Okay, but it is a sandal.
That's good. I mean, I know nothing, but
that's more than I can speak.
when I used to, like, I was living in Montreal, and so I was really easy to pick up Spanish then. So I wasn't bad, but you really have to speak about it. Do we want Abraham back?
Abe?
Abram.
I'd take Abe.
Abram.
She's pregnant, I think, and she's black.
Yeah, I don't think he should be back.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's not good for his mental health, but I wouldn't.
Apparently he was canceled from the OG season. I think he was like on the maybe list.
Oh.
He might have even quarantined.
Ooh.
But he's not on the season from what I heard. I mean, I'm sure Blaine will correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's not on it.
I think Charles is talking about Devin, so he's not a bully, and the Goof was big time bully on BB. Yeah, like, well, he wasn't really a bully. He was just obnoxious, and he had numbers. So I guess he was kind of a bully. Paul was the bully, though, and he was just the minion, I thought. Tinker Tailor Spy is a John le Carre spy movie book. Oh, Liz, I'm obsessed with the knowledge. Thank you. So what is that? What is that book about? Like, what is the main plot? Is it deceit? Is it like lying and going against? Like, what is there a main theme of that particular book? And who would you rather see on the challenge? Nicole Franzel or Christmas?
Oh God! If I had to, gun to my head, it would be Christmas. I can never ever hear Nicole utter a word.
No.
Like, ever. I never want to see her.
No. And she would never go on the challenge after Victor's run, you know what I mean? After his embarrassing lack of game.
Yeah.
Did we get any turtlenecks tonight? I didn't see any turtleneck confessionals.
I think Cam was wearing the
maroon one, yeah.
The maroon one, the reddish whatever one, yeah.
But no black turtlenecks. I can see battles of the exes with Gabby Fessy or Ashley and Fessy and Tori and Fessy.
Well, they made out. We saw Ashley and Fessy make out, remember?
No.
It was on the after show. They put a sheet over their head. They're on the bunk bed. They're standing beside the bunk bed. He pulls a sheet in front of them, and then they just, or sweater or something, and they make out for a bit, and then she's like, and runs away.
It was like a towel or something.
It was.
Battle of the Exes with though. I think it would be more of a Tori Fessy type thing. So any favorites of the BB9 Can 9 cast? Honestly, I haven't done a deep dive yet. I'm going to do that tomorrow and take my notes and stuff. I just have to say that I love the diversity. I love that I can't really see like, oh, these people are going to hang out together and they're going to get along. Like, I can't predict how any of it's going to go down. And that's what I really like about what it seems, the promise that it seems to be bringing. So what do you think, Fanta? You just had your first peek at it a couple hours ago.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't done a deep dive either, but the cast looks pretty diverse. And that's always something that I think is really important for Big Brother, because I just find that minorities get targeted so early and kind of get booted out quite quickly. So I think that's gives somebody a chance. Maybe finally a person of color can win.
Or at least, have the same amount of opportunity.
Exactly, and they're not the immediately other. And so, because the first stage is a Big Brother, you're just trying to find any reason to vote somebody else. And so if they don't look like you or not people that you usually hang out with, then you can find a group of people that would be willing to remove them. So, or like have them eliminated. So totally agree, and I'm excited to see how this one plays out. And I can't believe it starts in a week. Speaking of which, I'm still going to do it all, but it might be a little bit later for the challenge. So I'm intending on watching Big Brother at 7, because it's 7 p.m. Eastern, doing a recap at 8, watching the challenge at 9-ish, depending, like 9:30, depending. And then after finishing watching the challenge, 9:45, whatever, depends, or 10:45 would probably be what I'm planning. Because I want to go live at the episode for Big Brother. I think I prefer it. It's better. So that's my thoughts. So this might be pushed a little bit, but it's only going to be for like 5 weeks, probably 6 weeks. You're like, guys are like, no.
No, it's fine as long as we can find a way to watch the episode.
Oh yeah, so I'm
We'll
also thinking of
figure it out.
cable, so you can watch it with me at 9.
Oh right, yes.
I didn't talk about that. I'm like, I'm gonna get cable. I'll just like put it to my computer. I'll stream it for you guys. Like, and I'll put it on my TiVo and like, or PVR. Oh, thank you. They said I speak English or Spanish well. Yay. He got dropped from the final cast. Okay. He is always being dropped by Blaine too. So will Nan's back injury affect him later in the season? Probably. And
we have to lift heavy stuff in the final.
Probably. If you want to see another Olympian compete on the challenge, who would you pick? I don't really know any Olympians.
Michael Phelps.
Okay. Maybe a gymnast.
Did you say Usain Bolt?
I said Simone.
Oh, Simone Biles. Yeah, Simone. Any of the women on the gymnastics team would be.
Yeah, but they just might be too short. But
oh, does not matter.
I guess Natalie's pretty short. So original Natalie from Big Brother. Liz doesn't remember the specific plot of just the name of the book. Okay, I'm gonna look it up though for next week. Tori and Jordan battling the exes. I don't want to see their dynamic anymore. I'm done with that. Sorry. Yvonne needs to be back on the challenge. Her confessionals were top tier. True. I don't think that she's gonna do that anymore though. I think she wants to get into more like hosting. Battle the exes. Yeah, I hope they do a themed thing like that soon. I wouldn't mind seeing a Rivals, Battle of the Exes. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing something like that come up now. Speaking of Devon, her second video has been released, I guess, about Kevin. I haven't watched it yet. Ooh, I haven't watched it either. I'll watch it before Monday. Did she expose it? No. I'm sorry, this has been off talking about getting through 9 seasons of The Walking Dead on Netflix has been such a task. That is one show that my mom and brother and my dad all watch, but I've never seen it once. You too, Fanta? No?
Yeah, the first season of Walking Dead is incredible TV. It's just so mind-blowingly fresh and new and amazing. And then it just increasingly got worse. And then I think I stopped watching, I think around like season 6 or 7. And every once in a while I try to go back and I'm like, I can't. Like, it's just not great.
I just have a few other shows that I need to binge first. And so I don't know if it's going to make the cut in my lifetime. Because I had to like Breaking Bad. I had to do like Sopranos. Like there's like all these like shows that I have to watch. So people are like, you haven't seen that? Like the Horror Story. Like these are,
I thought that I was like, when we first went into lockdown, I was like, this is it. This is the time. I'm finally going to watch The Wire. I'm gonna this is it. And I watched like one episode and like and every like every dude in your life is like, oh my god, you haven't watched The Wire? It's the best show. You haven't watched The Wire?
Oh, good.
One of my guy friends like every week is like, have you watched The Wire yet?
Okay, Fanta, should we just like watch The Wire?
Oh. I probably won't.
People do get mad at me for not watching The Wire as well. I should have just watched it in real time. Why didn't I watch it in real time? She trashed him, not much about his game. Okay, that's not great. Yes, Man Biles is the one I'm thinking. I would love to see. Sorry, Simone. She might be kind of soft though. She doesn't seem like great.
Simone's a tough bitch. All of those
her in like
all of those women on that like Kayla Maroney and Simone Biles, they're tough bitches. Like I would be afraid to compete against them in the challenge. They're tough.
I know. Okay, maybe competitive.
I
don't think that they're going to be able to game it. I think that they'll get outgamed.
I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah, I would
depend on whether they watch the show or
yeah,
do their research.
That's the thing. But Simone, a lot of the women on the gymnastics team they're quite resilient, and a lot of them have been through a lot of shit, and they're tough.
I don't know if we saw how toughness and great competitors translate with Lolo. I don't know that if it
mean, the thing is with Lolo, we kind of knew that like there was gonna be some like funky stuff that was gonna happen, like based on her previous season of the challenge.
Yeah,
we knew it was gonna be a bit soppy.
Okay, so Adrian asks, who do we think will get the last girl's skull? Who doesn't have one? So Nani, Gabby,
Big T.
Big T.
Nani, I guess.
Yeah, but
I'll say Nani because she has the Big Brother Alliance, and so that's a lot of people that might just give her the skull, like give her
the chance.
So I can see that for sure. Oh, I loved her. Louise Hazel is the only professional athlete that has a place on the show. Okay. She's gorgeous, and she was so good. And I loved her learning how to scheme with Wes.
So smart. I would kill to see Louise on the show.
Bring back Louise.
Yeah, I'd be very happy to see her again.
Hi, Natalie. Sorry that it hasn't come out yet. I'm going to probably do one tomorrow, most likely. Friday at the latest. Saturday at the really, really latest. A lot of things have come up this week and have not been able to do it yet. But I might do it by myself maybe tomorrow or Friday, and then maybe with Tanya on the weekend. Anyways, I can't remember. So, yes, I will do one for sure, but I'm just not sure when. I'm sorry. All right, we have a few more comments, and then we're out of here. Too Hot to Handle Season 2 is coming soon. They released the cast. I'm going to watch it still. Come on, Fanta.
Yeah, I'll watch it, but, like...
It's not too hot for you guys to handle.
Watch WandaVision. It's so good. I haven't, but I've been told to watch it.
I'm about to watch it. I re-downloaded Disney Plus just for WandaVision, so that's happening soon.
Is WandaVision only on Disney Plus?
Right now. Yeah.
I think so.
Really? I thought I saw it on Crave. Maybe I'm crazy.
What about Gabby Douglas in the challenge? I think Simone might get along with it.
I'm crazy.
I'm like, if it was on Crave, I would have already started it, but I was avoiding buying Disney Plus again. Anyways, the whole thing. Gabby.
Yeah, I mean, I could see Simone getting along with Big T for sure. Gabby Douglas. She's sweet. She's a good gymnast, obviously. Lori Hernandez. I don't remember who that is.
Lori Hernandez? I don't know who that is either.
I hope Devin will be hosting the reunion.
Devin would be the best host. Like I don't want them to get like another like rando football player again.
Yeah.
People are fighting for it. There are people like challenge people and just different people I've seen on Twitter and stuff who have been like, it's a joke if you made Devin Simone, like you prepped her all season talking to them, the cast after every week. She's so good. She knows she's played with them. They have mutual respect for her. She's really intelligent, well-spoken. She's the perfect person to host the reunion, sorry, I should say. And apparently the reunion's going to be in person, not over Zoom.
Wow. Maybe they're still in, maybe they did it. Oh, no.
No, it hasn't happened yet. But Ashley Mitchell had said on her story, oh, I just bought my dress for finale. And I just heard a rumor that through like the challenge T pages that it's going to be in person. So I don't know where that's going to be, but.
Interesting. So Jose's dream team is Battle of the Exes fantasy cast. Okay, so Kyle and Cara.
Yeah, that's a great team.
Bear is canceled. And
Bear's canceled forever.
Canceled. I think he should go to jail. But Bear and Kayla, okay. Theo and Cam.
Yeah, into it.
Kellyanne and Wes.
Into it.
Tori and Jordan played.
I mean, they'll be a good team, but yeah.
Nelson and Angela.
Yes.
Corey and Cheyenne. I'm into it.
Okay, yeah.
Is not
lol.
Here. No. Joss and Amanda. I'm into it.
Did they hook up?
I don't remember.
I don't think they actually hooked up, but
they were just partners, and they like I think they kissed. There was like, right? Did that happen, or am I crazy?
I don't remember.
I might be crazy. Or they flirted or something like that. I don't know.
And then Brad and Brittany. I'm into it.
Ew, that would be great, but like hilarious.
Chloe Kim or Sean Johnson. I think Sean is like family right now. So I think that Chloe Kim, she's like 20. She does I only know about her because I watched The Masked Singer. But like X Games champion snowboarder, I believe for the first Korean American to win X Games for snowboarding. I feel like she would be more likely to do it just because she's young and into opportunities. I don't think that Sean's old by any means, but I think she's in a family stage of her life right now. So I don't know if she would go away to be on, the challenge. Whitney, yes. I was trying to remember her name. She did well in Chance vs. Pro and did what Lolo didn't do. She brought the sass and the skills and played the game. Wes was her tutor. So, exactly. I don't know who Adam Rippon is. Do you guys know?
No.
I don't remember. WandaVision's only on Disney Plus unless you have a link.
Oh, he's a figure skater.
Jose, you're playing real fast and loose with Terb. Joss and Amanda hooked up on Final Reckoning. Okay, guys, I don't remember these things. You guys are so good at remember these things. Casper Smart.
Joss? Wait, sorry, Joss or Josh?
Joss.
Yes, because that happened. I remember that.
I forgot about that.
I thought people were saying Josh. But remember that scene where they were like in the bunk beds and stuff? And Josh was like in the bed with Amanda and she was just like, come on, let me see it. Like, let me see your dick.
With Josh or Joss?
Joss.
Joss is hot, like hot enough for.
They like had a full thing. Yeah.
Wow.
I thought people were saying Josh and I was like, pardon?
Okay,
I remember.
I stand that because that's a great. Also, Joss got fucked over so much. So
yeah.
Like, how did Rogan get to be the star and like Joss is the understudy? Casper, he was already on Chance vs. Pros, I believe. I don't know if I care to see him. I like seeing him dance, but I don't care to see him on the challenge really. Amanda's busy. She's got kids. True. Didn't Sylvia have a crush on Joss? I think I remember that. I do. Okay, that's everything, guys. We made it through. Back to our normal length. Thanks for being here. Appreciate. Are you guys watching or doing anything interesting that you want to share with the people before we close out?
Michelle?
I'm prepping myself to watch WandaVision. And I started rewatching the X-Files from the beginning. That's where I'm at right now, guys.
Thanks for the chat today. Michelle's winning this draft. I'm calling it. I'm winning this draft. I still have good people on here. I have Kyle and I have CT. And
we're gonna see how these points shake out. Okay, we're gonna have to see. Because you could still have the winner, and then you get like 50 points for that, and whatever. And then if I have the winner, if Fanta has the winner.
Whitney says people with kids deserve a rest, they deserve a break. It's true, but they sometimes might not want to leave for that period of time. Bring TikTok stars. No, I don't think anybody for me is famous enough on TikTok for me to care about them on the challenge. I don't need to see Charlie. I don't need to see.
And they're all 15. Like, please. Yeah, okay, that was ignorant of me. They're not. I actually have TikTok.
That's so elder millennial of you.
I know.
Wait, what did you say? I missed it. I was talking.
Oh, I was just saying that's so elder millennial of you to think that they're all 15.
I don't even think.
Michelle's saying that.
Oh.
But then I said I also have TikTok, but I have 4 followers, so.
I was like 550.
Don't look for me.
Ooh. Do I follow you? I'm going to follow you right after this.
No, it's embarrassing. No, please.
You get the points that they bring
Tori for me, guys. I just do it for me.
I'm going to find you. Who gets the points that they bring Tori or Teresa back? I have Tori, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, but you don't get points until she wins something.
Yeah. But I still have her on my team, and she still could get to the final.
True.
Man,
that would be bad for me.
Maybe there's going to be a cat fight with her and Gabby over Fessy. Like, we don't know. Whitney says, I'd rather see JoJo Siwa than a TikTok star. Teresa's pregnant?
Yeah, she is.
But this would be after though, so this is like months after. Okay, Fan, did you have anything going on that you want to share with the peoples?
I did finish Search Party.
Good job! Yay! Yes! Well, for me, you can find me on Reality Realness tomorrow at around 11 p.m. We'll be going with Phil over UK's Drag Race, which is such a good season. I'm obsessed.
Yes.
Obsessed.
So
Monday,
good.
I'm going to figure out a time when we're going to get a bunch of the gang together and we're going to do maybe some draft and cast assessments and talk about Big Brother Canada. I'm going to figure out a time between now and next Tuesday to do this week's The Bachelor. So The Bachelor will be happening sometime coming soon. And what else am I? Is that it? There's one more. Well, I'm covering a bunch of other stuff. But you will be able to find me also on Reality Pop. It's a new reality channel that's going to be on YouTube. So I'll be streaming through there and through here as well. So everything is growing. Yes, Jose, we'll see you next Wednesday. Sorry, what were you saying? What if Bryce Hall was on? Bryce Dallas Hall? Is that it? No, Dallas? That's Howard. I don't remember who Bryce Hall is. Is that a TikTok star? Sometimes. That's where my cues to go. Thanks for subscribing. We love you at Reality Realness with 3 S's. Bye.
Bye.